way late. Hello,
Way
Internet.
Late, way late.
Welcome to Princess of the Apocalypse number 8. I'm sorry. No, Davis is not sleeping. That is not the reason for the delay.
I'm not always sleeping.
Only most of the time.
That's the biggest lie you've ever sold.
Not only.
Well, see, the thing is, when
Okay,
you come
you know
close to the camera, the light is on your face, so everybody can see if your eyes are open. Like, see, it just brightened up. But when you lean back, you're backlit, so no one can see if your eyes are open or closed right now. So we can only go off your reactions. So if you're like this and contemplative, you could be sleeping, or you could just be thinking really hard.
I bet you tricked your teachers a lot in class.
No, I would just.
But you learned to sleep with your eyes open.
So, couple of
I didn't have to learn. I
announcements.
just do it.
Folks, before we get started, the 5-hour session of Curse of Strahd from yesterday will be hitting YouTube later this week. Again, as we discussed pre-stream, if you are unfamiliar, or if you've played Curse of Strahd or are playing through it, don't worry, you can watch ours, because it's nothing like what's written in the book.
Yeah, apparently.
I mean, Time Machine is not, it's not written in there. I checked. There's not a section for a time machine.
That's unfortunate. I was really hoping for that.
Yeah.
Am I robotic?
No, you're good.
Am I alive?
Yeah, you're good, dude.
Are you alive? Yes.
You guys just went silent.
Oh, weird.
Oh.
And it's funky. You're like going in and out. I don't know.
So we are. So that's that. Tomorrow starts one of 2 new campaigns on our regular Tuesday. So tomorrow is Evil Campaign, Episode 1. We are level 1. So you're gonna have to come see as I am playing. We have me as a tiefling bard. We have a half-orc barbarian. We have a half-elf. Oh, thank you, Venture Maidens, for the
That's weird. I've already subscribed to you.
Did you subscribe? Because Twitch Primes don't roll. They end at the end of the month. If that is what it was.
That's stupid, because I definitely subscribed to Nerd Immersion. Like, what the hell?
But anyway, yes, so we have a tiefling bard, a half-orc barbarian, a half-elf warlock, and I believe a half-elf paladin is our evil team. And the good guys, who are the bad guys, is like a benevolent paladin king who rules over this whole area. And, we're the bad guys, but they're the bad guys because we're bad and they're good. So we'll see how that goes. My guy's a manipulator. The paladin and the paladin and the barbarian are angsty teenagers who hate their parents and as such have become evil. I have a whole tragic backstory and I'm a manipulator. And the half-elf warlock is insane and enjoys driving other people insane. So that should be fun to see how we play together. And this campaign may end in 2 weeks, or 2 sessions, because we're all evil people. We may just kill each other. But episode 1 is tomorrow. And then the following, because that's the last Tuesday of every month. And then the other Tuesdays, including the 6th, which is the following week, is a brand new homebrew campaign in a world that I built. So that'll be very fun. And there'll be maps, and I'll put out all that stuff to show you guys all that good stuff when that comes. And then, yeah, you're a little grainy.
I know, it got really grainy really fast.
Yeah,
I do have a surprise little announcement thing, which I'm going to see if I can post upload files here in our chat, because I thought we fixed it so you could, but I don't know if you can, right? Because it always has... Like, the Zoom chat doesn't let you upload sometimes.
You guys are just frozen for me.
You might want to refresh it.
Huh.
Yeah,
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Nope.
Yeah, let me try.
Reduce
Can you hear me?
Cam here.
There we go.
Okay, I did the refresh. That did not work. I can see you guys moving in the other way. Let's see, we can just keep going, and if it fixes itself, it does.
Okay. Sorry. Let me pull open this, because apparently it doesn't let me upload directly to Slack chat, or not Slack chat, Zoom chat rather. I think we've been over this where like you can't upload images.
Oh yeah. We tried that. You have to use a link, which is weird.
It is weird.
All right, so I have a little surprise for you guys, but more specifically at the moment, Bucky/Ozzy. So I'm going to send a link, and you guys are going to see it pop up on the chat or on the overlay as well.
Shit.
So first,
Waiting.
it's in the chat as well, in the Zoom chat.
Fantastic.
Oh, shit.
So thank you so much to Miss Katie, aka in the chat at Lazy Mermaiden, aka Roswin on the other Monday stream.
What?
She has been working behind the scenes to make art for all of these characters. She tells me potentially, and I don't want to overspeak for you, Katie, but is working on the other art currently, like is coloring and by the way, that is watercolor. I want to point out
I know,
that
it's
is
beautiful.
that
That's
she does
awesome.
that all with watercolor, which blows my mind. I've seen it. I have a bunch of art in person.
And
But
look at
The little fucking Bigby. Is the greatest
Just like-
thing.
Yeah.
by the way, that image that I sent to you today in the Slack chat, she made that, by the way. That was her.
Oh
Who
my
put
God.
the what the fuck next to it? That was her as well.
Oh, it's so good.
Brilliant.
So we have the first of 4 pieces of art by the ever talented Katie, aka Lazy Mermaiden, here in the chat.
Thank you so much.
She's awesome.
He is
You
way
can.
swaggier than I could ever hope to be.
he reminds me of like he's so like innocent, like he belongs in like a John Cusack movie in the 80s.
That's what she was saying. She's like, I think she said, I believe the quote was like, so handsome, so boyish, he doesn't belong with these assholes.
This is so innocent.
We are not assholes.
That's
I'm
awesome.
not
I
really
love that
so much-
hair. I'm living for that fucking hair.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
thinking that pendant is like so cool.
That little Bigby
cool.
picture that you photoshopped, that's my background now,
Yeah.
by the way.
So, again, these will be, again, I'm going to minimize, I'm not going to minimize, I'm going to shrink this down, and we're going to move some stuff around so we can have this underneath here,
It's fucking awesome.
Ozzy's picture, and we'll
so happy.
we'll
That
slide
makes me so
Ozzy's name over, so we've got that down there to represent.
A sultry, like, over the shoulder, like.
I'm telling you, like
His eyes are so dreamy.
So, again, as we get these, the other art will appear on screen, and then I have to
That's
put a
amazing.
little caveat on the bottom of the screen there to say that the art is by Katie, and I will do that probably on the break if we get to take one. But she told me specifically that I couldn't send you guys anything on the art other than it was happening, so she could watch the reactions, whether it be live like she is tonight, because her game on Mondays, this Monday got canceled, or in clips or other videos later on YouTube.
okay.
So, perhaps if maybe we'll see the other ones by the end of the stream.
Oh.
I've seen the line art for all of them, so
I want it to be a
I
surprise.
did. I've seen the line art. I'm excited, you guys. This is cool. I've never had anybody make character art.
yeah, man, it's
Damn.
awesome. And she told me originally that she didn't add the Big B, but after I laughed and I told them that you guys were freaking out about it, she's like, I had to put it
I
on
love
his
it.
shoulder. Vanan is drying currently from the watercolor, so
Oh.
Ooh.
she told me, she did tell me before that she was giggling away at the picture of Vanan alone in her room by herself.
That seems appropriate in some way, shape, or form.
Yes. So now that we've totally taken a half an hour out of our stream time, boys first, teenage murderers second.
They're grown-ass adults in that world.
So right, let us actually jump into the game. Sorry for everybody who's here in the chat that's like, oh my god, I can't wait to hear the story, and we're like, art. But we're gonna jump into the campaign because we have a lot to talk about what happened last time and some crazy shit that may happen tonight. So after leaving Sacred Stone Monastery, not Sacred Stone, I'm sorry, Feathergale Spire, after having successfully avoided awkward sexual encounters, potential entertainment squabbles, and things of that nature, the Dancing Johns, aka the Pickle Crew, aka whatever you want to call these guys, they escaped, only to make it so far out on the road away before they were intercepted by an Aarakocra named Trotta, who showed them back to where his camp was, and they said, like, hey, you guys made it out. That's crazy. The last people that went in got pitched off the roof. And they're like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, they threw the people off the roof. We couldn't save them, but we were waiting to see what happened with you guys. And basically told them the story about how they believe that the Feathergale Knights, there's always kind of been a shady thing around them as far as the party has learned over taking out Waterdeep's enemies and some weird, what does that mean? They have a very cultish vibe. But they also seem to just be like partiers, so can they be that bad? But the Aarakocra said, you know, they're capturing flying creatures and killing flying creatures for nothing but sport, leaving potential uncared for young, or killing half of a mated pair. And we also have on authority that they may be abusing some of these other flight creatures, whether they be the vultures or the hippogriffs. And we want to, what can we do to help? So the party says, maybe we'll call in favors for you later. Thank you for warning us. We got this. Through what can only be described as genius planning, the party makes their way back into the spire and methodically murders everyone there room by room.
I think murder is a strong word in this scenario. I think we dealt with and handled a very...
Removed the life unknowingly.
Right. It's, I don't want to kill them. It's just that I don't want them to be alive anymore.
We got rid of blight upon the land.
Right. But in a court of law, when one enters someone else's home and then draws a weapon upon them, summarily ending their life in what can only be described as the act of murder, it's still considered murder. Whether the reasons were just or not, in whoever's mind that matters.
We killed some people.
Yeah, you murdered some people.
We killed some people.
There were some people that were alive. Now
they are not.
Yeah.
They are no longer.
We did that. You are correct, Ted.
Yes.
We murdered a lot of people.
You did not. There was some contention in the party initially, like, hey, I don't really want to murder these 16-year-olds who are just hanging out and partying.
I think Vanan still didn't kill a 16-year-old.
He didn't. He wouldn't do it. Yeah. Ozzy and Vanan were like, Well, Ozzy the whole time was like, I don't know how I feel about this. And Vanan's like, I'm not killing 16-year-olds.
We peer pressured him into lighting the fire at the end. Remember that? We locked him in the room.
We're gonna
different.
We're gonna come back to that soon. I have a
Vanan
feeling.
also gathered materials for said fire.
Listen,
well, those were old dickish nights.
We're all guilty. We're all guilty.
Did you say old dickish nights?
That is what he said.
Old dickish. Yes.
Dickish can be an adjective. Why not?
Dickish.
Yes.
The act of dicketry, yes.
Yes.
Have y'all not used dickish as an adjective before?
I use it all the time.
It makes me think of the life of Brian.
Thank you, Bucky. Thank you, Bucky.
Talking about his cousin, biggest dickus. Remember that?
So we ended last session with murder and arson. So that's where we're gonna start today. It is the evening, because you guys went in at night to kill some of the people in their beds while they were sleeping. So you guys have exited Feathergale Spire. As you slowly walk away, the silhouette of the spire with fire coming from the windows, smoke exiting out various orifices throughout the top. The party walks away in the dark with about a half moon shining some light down. It's a pretty sweet, you want to picture that in your head. You've got the four of you walking out of the spire across this drawbridge with some moonlight shining down, giving you guys a little bit of kind of a white, palish coloration, and then a spire on fire with smoke coming out of it, and 4 or 5 Aarakocra circling nearby. So, that's what you guys leave, and now it is about midnight-ish, we'll say. And you guys, your next plan of attack, if I recall, unless this has changed, was to head to the Sacred Stone Monastery. Ozzy has the map for it. You've heard of it. You kind of know where it is. And that was sort of your next stop. You had Dwarven Tomes. You have it on somewhat good authority. On good authority from Lady Stormbanner and some others that, there's some shady business with the monks going on there. What's going on? No one knows. They have this weird, gargoyle mask, which, by the way, I did find a picture of what they look like, so I can give you guys just a quick image, and let's see if hopefully this will come up on the stream here. If you guys can kind of see the mask on, that dude.
Okay.
So it's sort of like that, right?
There we go. Okay, cool.
So that's...
And by cool, I mean, wow, that's really not
So that
scary.
is the gilded tin mask that you guys extricated from that one grave. That Lady Stormbanner had
the one that
identified
was
as
kind of gold, but not actually
right.
gold.
Yeah, gilded. It's just tin that has been gilded. Oh, cool. Unrelated. Because I forgot, I'm going to put the link in the chat, guys. We also have a giveaway going on, which I forgot about. It ends on the 8th of. I'm sorry to derail. It ends on the 8th of February, and it is for several sets of the Polyhero Wizard dice. So these are the cool dice that look like, potion bottles and fireballs. And we have 4 sets we're giving away, 2 in the Purple Wizard Stone, 2 in the Gray Shadow. And each set also comes with this spinning D20 wizard hat. So you can enter for those. And that is because our friends at Polyhero Dice just launched their Rogue set, which is live on Kickstarter right now. Where you can get the really sweet level up thing is a D20 padlock that you stick the key in and then ratchet it and then cover it up and spin it and then let it go, and it shows you the number. And they have a D3 grappling hook. They just added rope to go with the grappling hook. That is a D4, all sorts of cool stuff. Cool. But anyway, that's going on. You guys can enter it. Thank you to everybody else who's joined recently. We pushed past 1,500 Twitch followers because of this giveaway, so that's awesome. All right. What are you guys doing? It's nighttime. You're walking away from the spire, heading, you know where it is.
We have our horses?
You do, because you tied them up off...
On the tree, yep.
Off the trail. So you do still have your horses, yes.
Cool.
So...
So Igny's gonna starts cleaning off her blades and wiping the blood away, with a rag or something. And she looks at the group and says, "So, what now?"
Probably ride and find a good distance, and then set up camp.
Fire. Yes, that sounds good. I could use sleep. I am tired. We murdered a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to clean my armor.
I am hungry. I could use drink.
We can drink and ride, right?
I can. No drinking and riding.
I mean, the horses won't run off of the road or whatever.
No, this is good. We can drink and ride.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Towards the I mean, who's good at reading maps at night?
Probably not the human.
Anyone but Bucky?
The wide-eyed human who's still staring off into space.
I turn to Vanan. You're good at navigating, right?
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh no.
Vanan takes the map and
Sure.
he's like, I'm gonna go scout ahead. And he just like walks ahead of you guys a little bit.
He says
rides.
He takes the map, he's gonna ride ahead a little bit. And you just keep following the back of my horse. We're good.
Igby looks over at us and goes, rides up like next to him and like smacks him on the back and goes, "How are you doing?"
I don't quite know.
This is good answer.
I have a lot to think about. But we should get rest as soon as we can. We will most likely have a long day tomorrow.
Whatever Igny's sipping on that has alcohol in it, she like passes it and says, "Drink this. You feel better. I promise."
Yeah, I'll take a swig.
All right. I don't know what kind of alcohol it is, but it's
Probably
whatever.
like a moonshot.
Mulled one.
Yeah, like the worst kind of dry. It's just clean your motor kind of alcohol.
So it's strong, quite
Correct. Correct.
strong. All right. Well, there you go, Ozzy. You've got that. So
Sorry, I just got a leg cramp.
Oh no.
I yell up ahead. "What do your allies see? Can we stop for the night?"
I got a leg cramp.
You're riding a horse.
Still got a leg cramp.
Is there somewhere we can camp? Like a safe place?
I mean,
Do I see a place to camp, Tedator?
You don't. I mean, you can. You're right. You're in the Somber Hills, the dangerous Somber Hills. So you can camp. I mean, you're not gonna have like a. You could ride back to Red Larch if you really wanted. It's kind of the opposite direct. Like if you guys are gonna go through the hills, it makes probably more sense to kind of just camp somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rather than try to, you're not gonna find like a true place. I mean, you could go stay in the spire.
Now that's his idea.
I don't think we should.
You
It
have
is
to put out
empty.
the fire.
It's gonna stink. I don't want to be
Oh.
there. It's gonna be stinky.
Not in the main hall. We don't have to go upstairs.
Yeah, but
Close the door.
I mean, our Kokra are moving in. Like,
Wait, speaking of, can't we stay with Bert's friends?
Well, they
Is
were
that in our
gonna,
direction?
they were gonna move into the spire.
Well, it's not empty.
They're also going the other. They live the other way from the.
Okay.
Let's camp here.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. This is good.
We set up camp.
Okay.
I'll cast alarm on the camp.
Okay.
Got
Yeah.
one spell left.
I actually wanted to, before we actually went to bed, just like stare off into the campfire for a little while.
Sure.
And I wanted to pull Lilith off to the side and have a little chat.
Sure. By all means.
Lilith, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. Now, I don't believe that Blackstaff would just put me with just anybody. I do believe that he had a purpose for me to be with you. What happened tonight has made me question some things. But I want to believe that you are just and righteous in your cause. Is what happened tonight what it means to be one with Radiance?
That's a tough thing to answer. But
Oh, damn.
the belief in Tyr, he's not a monk. He's a knight. He wields a weapon and he's clad in armor. And when things arise to challenge fairness and freedom and people being able to live without being under the reign of cruelty and tyranny, sometimes you have to stand up and you also have to do what under different circumstances would be considered horrific. And you have to think about what would happen if we let people with these ideas continue to exist in that spire knowing from the surrounding area, we had more than enough evidence to know that it was problematic and that it probably would have become an even bigger problem.
I just can't help but think that those men, boys, whatever you want to call them, they were only about 2 to 3 years younger than myself.
Sure. And they made choices. Every choice has a consequence. And I wouldn't be unwise to say that tonight wouldn't have, tonight's definitely going to have some consequences. But in my heart of hearts, following the beliefs that I have in Tyr, I did the right thing. And when it comes to making choices like that, that's all you have to rely on. And in a sense, that can be its own radiance. Does that help?
I think it does. Thank you.
I'm sorry I forget that this is not something new for me, but I vaguely remember a time when it was, and it wasn't comfortable. So I'm sorry that this is uncomfortable for you.
I think I can understand what happened. My first and foremost goal is to figure out and complete my elemental spectrum. And if this will help guide me towards what it means to be radiant, then I will do it.
My best advice is that you'll find it for yourself, for sure. You'll know. And that's very ambiguous, but you'll know. And I'll continue to help you in any way that I can. I'm sorry that tonight's lesson was a very difficult one.
I think I'll be fine. We should get some sleep.
I pat you on, clap you on the shoulder.
Okay. Anything else before we end this evening's festivities?
Is there anything off the ground? Are there trees around that I could?
Not really here, because this is kind of the
pretty flat.
It's
the hills.
It's hilly.
Rocks.
Right. You may be able to find like a rock, but it's not going to be like way up.
Yep. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
We're good.
Okay. All right.
I'll just have to stay on the ground.
Sorry. Unfortunately, I can't help you there. I mean, I could, but I'm not gonna.
Roll a rock check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make me a geology
Find
check.
greenery.
We'll see what you can find with make a botany check, please. So you guys managed to sleep through the night, or trance through the night, as the case may be, and you guys are set to set out first thing in the morning.
I was gonna say I can't sleep on myself because I don't know if I was actually gonna get sleep or not.
That also works. Yeah.
Can I make a perception check to see if I notice
that he's casting sleep on himself?
Wing.
Yeah.
Sure.
I pass out before you do, apparently. I rolled a 1.
Oh!
Yeah.
I'm out.
Killing is tiresome work. So Lilith falls asleep first.
Can I teach John some new tricks?
Absolutely, you can.
Like I have.
What would you like to
take my
teach
mind
him?
off of everything.
Sure. What would you like to teach him?
Or
attempt to teach him, let's say.
Yes, I wish to attempt to teach him how to. I don't know.
Man, you can't come to me and ask me if you could teach him tricks and then not know
Yeah,
what
I
tricks you
know.
want
I
to teach
had
him.
an idea for a trick, but I can't remember what it was.
Okay, all right.
Go on to.
All right, how about this? Make me a nature check.
Okay. Do you want to roll for me instead of me using the program?
That's man. You can choose who you want to roll for you. That's up to you. If you want me to do it, that's fine.
You want me to roll for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got
Right.
magic hands.
You picked wrong because I rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5 plus. I think I've got a +2 for my nature.
I mean, I can add my nature if that'll help.
So
I have a
that's
+9.
9
9
total.
Well, we're gonna come back when you think about the trick.
Okay.
Igni, did you have anything specific you wanted? No.
No, No, she sits on horse and watches.
Okay. Fair.
she keeps watch basically.
Okay. So you guys sleep through the night. You think about your trick. Basically, whatever trick you're attempting to do, he like starts to do it, right? So like we're like, oh, do this, and he'll like start to do it, and then just like veer off.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
just like come
sounds
back to
Runs
you.
over to Big B to go play.
Yes.
How do you retrieve arrows?
What happened?
Oh no, someone said
Celeste said you should teach John to retrieve arrows.
he already does. That's what he did.
That's right.
You taught him fetch, right? That was the last thing you did.
Yeah, I did.
So you're good there.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I'm gonna try and teach him how to high five, but he just can't really understand what's going on.
Like you're trying to teach him how to high five, and like he runs over and like picks up a rock and brings it back.
That was the last one, John. Come on.
And he's just like shivers his vines like happily, right? Like he's like, this would be what you assume to be his like either happy dance or possibly laughing. Like either way, he thinks he did right and he's having fun.
Yes, John. It's very adorable.
All right. This is the next morning. You guys are gonna head towards where you know the monastery to be, I assume. Correct?
Correct.
All right. So let's see from where you guys are by the spire. It is from, again, it's going to take a little bit of searching once you get closer because you don't know exactly. You have an idea on a map, but the map tells you think it's about 12-ish to 15 miles. So easily doable in a day and then some, or, in like a full day's. Again, you're in hilly terrain, right? So it's, whether it's the best course for horses, it's not a straight path. You're kind of blazing a trail over hills. So it will be slower going. Whether or not it's safe for a horse is up to you guys, whatever you guys want to do. Because you're basically, this is off-road.
Gotcha. Okay, so there's no path. We're kind of, okay.
They're basically, as far as you guys know, based on your maps, you don't see a true direct route to this place. There are a couple of roads that go somewhat nearby, and one is on the other side of the river, so perhaps a ferry across would be how you would get there. But again, this place is not that commonly known, and again, the dwarven whole piece to it was lost to the ages. You have this weird map drawn by a dwarf who clearly was an expert artist and cartographer.
Yeah.
And
I was really impressed by his art.
Yeah, he thought it was fantastic.
That's what, like just chat know what it looks like.
I don't think they do.
It is special.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I will post it up at some point. Maybe I'll grab it on the break. And link it to you guys.
So we're riding along. Any listening groups goes, so what? We just going to walk in front door? Who are we talking to in this place? Do they know us? What are we there for? Is it treasure hunt? We have map. Yeah?
That would be good to determine, figure out our approach.
Yeah, how are we going to do this? Yeah?
I mean, last time people were pretty welcoming. They might be welcoming.
I don't think that we're going to get that treatment everywhere we go.
Yeah.
We can dance everywhere we go, though.
You absolutely can.
Let's just get there.
Are you going to just walk up on front lawn, and then when we get there, we stand on front lawn, make plan?
No, we make plan in bush.
Better be big bush to hold all of us.
Well, we can each have a separate bush for plan making.
What we've been missing this whole time, planning bushes. Okay, so I don't know.
Igni, you're a genius.
I don't. I am concerned. There is sketchy stuff going on at this monastery. We're gonna walk in. We found mask. Yeah, who's got mask?
Don't you?
I have mask.
You have mask.
I have mask. One of us could, I don't know, pose as scary person in mask.
Maybe if we had the armor.
Oh damn.
What if we tell the truth? We have slain their enemy.
Oh, we do know that they're enemies, don't we?
We
That is
have
true.
disposed of their enemy for them.
Do we have anything to show for this?
I don't like
disposal?
the way you're talking, Ozzy. It's very un-Ozzy-ish.
Yeah.
I cannot
He's
change.
cracked.
I cannot change the past. Well, I can't change the past yet, but I'm trying to get there.
Take time, it'll be okay.
What we could possibly say is, I have a map of one of the levels of their monastery. We could possibly say that they retrieved this and were planning to invade. We discovered this, disposed of them, and did them a favor.
So it's
They're gonna
partial
want-
lie, partial truth.
I think we should gather some information first. In the planning bushes.
Yes. But they're still gonna wonder why we killed them and like what our motive is for coming. Like, are we joined their monastery cult?
I don't know. They are way out here.
I'm
Where
not-
are all the people?
These guys might also be like a little bit less of the talkie sort,
Welcoming, yes.
more of the kill anybody not in the cold sort.
We could just tell them we killed. I say I like this truth plan. This is something new. Let's just tell them truth. I serious. Walk up. We are here. We found mask. We killed people. We want more information, damn it.
Yeah. That sounds good to me. I'm down. I'll be
Yeah,
the
I'm
fine with
bodyguard.
that.
Let's try it out then.
I mean,
Let's
we
go.
can hide in bushes first if that is part of the plan. I'm just.
Those bushes are imperative. It's just, I thought it was such a good idea.
Well, as you guys are making your way there, first I need somebody
Oh no.
to roll me a d20 for the dangerous Somber Hills.
Natural 20. I rolled
Oh.
a 20.
Hey, that means something happens.
Damn it!
Oh,
They could be dangerous hills today.
I was just hoping
Um,
for a family. Can we get PB&J's this time?
Yeah, we find the same family.
No, I know we put them on the map, so I know where they
You
are.
can't go back to them.
But the most important part is if I need to throw in an NPC hook where like somebody gets captured, well, you know who's gonna get captured.
Oh no, not the family.
So you guys are. Oh, I can use my 1d2 spellbook die that I got
Cool.
from my friends at Polyhero Dice. Because I need to roll a d2. So
I see what you did there.
yeah. All right. So you guys are traveling through the hills. Okay. It's so much better than flipping a coin. Coins are so last edition.
They're so basic.
They're so drawn.
Yeah, right. Nobody wants. Get out of here with your basic coins.
Yeah, get your basicness out of here.
You guys are traveling. I'm gonna grab this book because it's got a cool encounter that works better for this.
Oh no.
You guys are traveling through the hills, making your way towards. Right, that stops that. Oh, never mind. I didn't read. There's like, here's a check, and I was like, cool, that's a check. Later, let's close out of the page. Where is it? DC something. 15. Okay, you guys see something circling above, high up in the sky. Shadow, basically. You see clearly feathered wings. I will need you all to make me nature checks to see if you can identify this creature from a distance.
Bucky, do you want to roll for me?
Sure.
19.
I rolled a 10.
Vanan, I rolled a 15 for you, and I rolled a 28.
Okay. Wow. That is
Like, damn,
lot.
28.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. So as you guys look up and clearly notice this thing, it seems to notice you notice it, and it begins a dive bomb towards you. First of all, I'm gonna need everybody to roll for initiative. So let's go ahead and do that. Ooh, and they got a natural 20.
Nat
It's card.
20.
Yeah.
I got an unnatural 20.
All right. So we got Lilith, Vanan, Igni, Ozzy, bad guy. So Lilith has an unnatural 20. Ozzy?
21.
21. Igni? 24.
Nat 20.
24, right?
Yeah, it'll be 24, yeah.
And Vanan?
I don't know. Someone roll for me.
Oh, here, man. Oh, no, you don't want that roll. Don't take that roll. Roll for him, Ozzy.
I won't. Ozzy,
You don't want that one.
You got a 7.
plus
Better.
5, 12.
Got it.
Boom. That's much better.
And the bad guys got a natural.
Oh, I have initiative on my things. My initiative rolls.
The bad guy
You get
got a 21.
I do? No, I don't.
No, you
Never
don't.
mind.
Do
I don't know
you?
why I thought I did.
So we did all 3 of you rolled natural 20s.
I rolled an unnatural 20.
Unnatural.
Unnatural 20.
Igni, you look up and you actually are able to act first. And you recognize this creature as it descends at full speed. Your shadow on the ground.
No, never mind.
Yes.
I do have initiative in my rolls for initiative.
Initiative?
My advantage on my rolls for
I was
initiative.
gonna say, yeah, I get that you have initiative. That's cool.
All right, well, the second one was a 6, so take the 7.
I'll take the 7.
Sure. You see as it's descending upon you, its shadow and your shadow are interacting, and you see that its shadow is like talons are tearing at your heart in the shadow as it descends. But as you look up, you don't feel anything as it's tearing at your chest. But you recognize this creature as it continues to descend. It is a it's a medium-sized, winged bird-like creature, massive, sharp talons, and a weird, maniacal, kind of deformed head of a stag with horns. Yeah, I was waiting for Brittany's reaction.
I love it!
So this is Periton or Periton or however you want to pronounce it, but it's
yeah.
one of these guys.
Those are one of my favorites.
Oh my god. Okay.
But it
So-
is, let's see, it is 60 feet away from you at the current. What would you like to do? You have initiative, so.
Do I know? Okay, so I will. I've got some like charcoal chunks in my pocket, like
Sure.
rocks of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna light one on fire and toss it at it.
Okay.
Can I do that with my sling?
I believe 60 feet is long range for a sling. So it would be a
Is it?
I think it's I want to say it's
Yeah.
20-60. So it would
20
be
to 60. It is.
so it would be a disadvantage, but you can do that if you want.
Well, what's the worst that can happen, right?
A natural 1 would be
That's a
worse.
terrible thing to say.
It's the worst that could happen. So a 14 for disadvantage. So 16 and 14 plus
Yeah, 14.
the
Yeah, you're good.
plus the 6 more. So yeah, 20 hit.
Okay,
Hit,
so
let's fire.
that hits. It is unfortunately not going to be sneak attack, right? Because you don't have
Right.
any allies or anything nearby. But it
Allies.
will be fire damage because it's charcoal. So go ahead and roll me your d4 plus your dex for your sling.
So D4 to 6 plus the fire. What do you want me to roll for that?
We'll just make it all fire damage as opposed to
Oh, it's all as opposed to 6 points of fire damage.
which you recognize in your brain. That was a really good idea because you know, having known what these creatures are, that they are resistant to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage. So fire
Oh.
does the full damage. So that
Well,
works out.
cheers.
So
She says, "Come get me, sucker!" She yells up to it as she like flings it at it.
all right. So you impact with the. Did you want to do anything else? You still have a bonus action.
I do, and I would like to. Is it headed straight for me? Can I tell its
It is.
trajectory?
It seems to be coming towards you, but it may veer off.
Okay.
it seems to be pretty maneuverable. Even the speed it took before you guys rolled initiative, it's moving pretty quick.
Okay. No, then I'm gonna stay on horseback for now.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Ozzy, what is your dexterity?
My dexterity is a +2. My initiative is a +5.
All right. Well, either way, that's fine. So it's continuing to descend. It's still 60 feet out. It is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to take out my wand of magic missiles.
Sure.
And I'm going to aim up at it.
Yep.
And I'm going to expend 4 charges out of it.
Okay, so that is, what is that, 7?
So that's 7 d4s.
74 plus 7. Yeah.
Cool.
Let's see.
Do it.
10, 13, 15, 16, and 19 plus 7, 26 damage.
So this is what we like to call here at Nerd Immersion a Jake special, which is where you leave something alive with 1 HP. Because Jake is notorious for doing that, like, all of the time. That's usually why when someone donates to give that Timora's Blessing that adds +1 to all rolls, Jake is a monster. But other than that, never. So you watch as Ozzy pulls out, basically from, we'll say that you fashioned some sweet, like, gunslinger style, like, holster for the wand. So
I got one for my book. Why not?
Yeah, right, for the wand on the... You had one. You knew you were going to get a wand at some point. You were planning ahead. And this wand comes out, and it's kind of a spiraled silver wand with sort of a blue almost wave as the tip, the crystal, at the end. And as a ball of kind of bluish energy appears at the end, it then starts to move out and then sparks into 7 individual little missiles that just smash this thing in the chest. And it is like now, like you see it starts to spiral for like 30 feet down before it manages to right itself and catch its wings. So it is clearly, the wings are going, and it's still kind of diving. It would turn into a spiral and then sort of into a dive, but it's clearly haggard. There is blood dripping from the sky. Igni, you get covered in some blood since it was above you.
You just cleaned yourself.
And then it continues.
Bathe in it, right?
Nah, it just turns around in pieces. It just flies away. So it just goes... It goes 30 feet the other, and then it dashes, so it goes 90 feet away.
Wow.
That was its action. Lilith, it's your turn.
I guess
90 feet?
Yeah, so it is... Yeah, it is, I guess, it's 120 feet away at the moment.
Oh, wow.
Because it fell 30, and then it went 90, so...
Poof.
I don't think there's much I can do. I don't have
Do you
range
have a
weapon.
javelin? Okay, then no.
I didn't pick one. I just have my longsword and a dagger.
Okay. Then I don't think there's anything you can do, but Vanan, it's your turn.
I just look off into the distance.
150 feet is the short range for a longbow.
Yeah,
And are you
so
a
I can still
sharpshooter?
shoot it. I am.
So you
Oh.
got 500 for 600 feet. You're good. This is well within your range.
Sniper
Yeah.
shot.
Figure it out.
Go ahead, and if you would like to make a shot at it, you definitely can.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make a shot at it.
All right.
shot.
So I
I'll
guess
move-
Bucky.
Yeah, let's make a shot at it.
All right.
Don't want me to roll it for you?
Roll a d20.
A 3. I'm not going to roll that die anymore.
Plus what though? What you got to your
Plus 9.
9?
That's 12.
That misses.
Yep. It
Gross.
that miss, yeah, because its range, it's got an AC of 13. I'm just
Then
trying to make
I
sure that you
guess-
have all of your additions, which is that's 9, yeah. So unfortunately,
I'll move towards it. I'm gonna chase it.
all right. So it goes
I
back
can-
around to the top. It is Igni's turn.
Oh, as a bonus action,
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on it.
It is 120 feet away. I think Hunter's Mark is 90 feet.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So Igni, it's clearly out of your range, I would assume. So you're just gonna let it go, right? I assume.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. It technically goes to Ozzy next.
I'm not letting it go. I'm going to level 2 magic missile at it.
All right. These are 100. It's 120 foot is the max range of magic missile. It hasn't gotten a chance to move. No roll. It hits automatically because it's a magic missile. Let's go ahead and roll the damage.
3, 4, 5. God damn! I just rolled 3 ones. 6 plus 4, 10 damage.
All right. Yeah, you watch as it's like very clear, like a Firo, if you can imagine, right? Because that's how bad its wings are. That it's just like really badly flying, and then it just like, and then it just duck hunt fucking to the ground, and it impacts. You guys can see it's about probably horizontally about 60, 75 feet away. It drops and impacts into the dirt, and you see the cloud from where it impacts.
I say, I like this new Ozzy. We should have killed people much sooner.
Okay. Did you guys want to do... You guys are still clearly on your way. No one really took any damage. Did you want to go check the body out? I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on any of that kind of stuff.
How far away was it?
It's like 75 feet away.
Oh, that's not far. That's not far. Let's go check it out.
Okay, we can go look at that bird.
Okay.
Would I know with my 28 nature check if there's anything valuable that we can harvest from a...
Yes, you know that the... I want to say the antlers can be ground to make... because they have this whole penchant for ripping the hearts and feasting on the hearts of their victims. It's like a weird, sick thing, but their antlers to the right alchemist or potion maker can be used to craft a filter of love, a very powerful love potion, an infatuation potion. So if you would like that, you can get that.
Cool. I'll relay that to them and say we should probably get the horns. They might sell for a decent amount of money.
We like money.
So,
Aphrodisiac horns, let's do it.
guys, I'm going to pause the stream for half a second as I release to you all our second piece of art.
What does that mean?
That is Vanan.
What?
Oh!
He's coming into...
Holy
I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
Yes!
He's going to come up on stream in half a second, guys.
That like smug look on your face.
Yes.
Let me just
Those
rotate
eyes are
him,
perfect.
sorry guys, and shrink him down.
Aw, John's so cute.
I know, look at
Little
her.
eyes.
Oh my god, I cannot handle this tonight. Oh, so cute. Oh my god.
There we go, guys. We have Vanan right there.
We're just the cutest.
Yeah, that's a bit.
So you guys can see
We are
him.
gonna be the cutest team in the whole world that
Uh,
kills people.
thank you yet again, Katie.
That's so
He looks so sleepy. Go figure. All right, so we're gonna shrink Vanan down to Ozzy's size, Ozzy's picture size. Put him here, and we will grab Vanan's name.
That's
We will
amazing.
slide that to the side. There we go.
I'm so zoomed in.
So
It's very large.
it takes a little. It'll get there, but
So
thank
funny.
you.
That's so awesome.
Yet again, Katie. Can't wait to see if we get the other two through the course of the stream. Because remember, he was drying before, so that means potentially other art is happening.
Oh my
So-
goodness.
And then you just got to dry to put it in the scanner. Because again,
Oh right,
all
sure,
of
sure,
Katie's
sure.
art is
Yeah.
physical medium. None of it is
Yeah,
digital.
hand.
So
That's what mine is.
yeah. So okay. You have defeated the creature. You have harvested what you believe is useful of its horns. And again, anything else you want to take, you're more than welcome to. Ozzy, you just know specifically that the horns have, alchemical potion-based value. But again, it is like purpley red feathered. It's got the talons. It's got the claws.
Can I gather the feathers
Mhm.
and somehow incorporate them into my cloak if I find a tailor?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, how many? Yeah, you can gather. Just make me a survival check.
Okay. You know what to
Ozzy.
do.
You know what to do, Oz.
Hold on. 12.
12, 16.
All right, yeah, that's more than enough. So you're able to harvest a sizable, big old bundle of feathers that you can kind of stuff in your bag. So you have a big old bundle, and you can attempt to incorporate those.
Its
whenever.
talons are super long, right?
Yeah, they're pretty nasty.
Would those be like useful for anything?
You're not sure. You haven't heard that they
Okay.
are, but you never know. And if anything, they look pretty sweet.
Let's
If you were to like make a necklace, you know,
Sure.
Yeah.
because they're not actually. They may be. Let's hang on. Let's check real quick on. They do more, just to put you in perspective. Periton's talons do a whole D4 more than a Velociraptor's, as far as D&D is concerned.
Oh.
So if you want to think about that, Velociraptor's 1d4, Periton's 2d4. So
Ugh.
probably a pretty nasty claw. I mean, there's a little more,
Damn.
a little more strength behind it, so that may be part of it, but still.
Oh my god, Vanan, definitely put a feather in your fedora.
Dude! Yeah!
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
As you-
So, I have a question.
Sure.
Are these native to this area? Like, is it normal that you would see something like this here? I just want to make sure it's not out of place that this giant freaking bird just flew out of the sky at us.
They typically roost in mountain ranges and ridges and, caves in like higher areas. They prey on, living creatures, or lonely travelers in the mountains.
Okay.
So, and they typically do pretty well because non-magical weapons don't harm them to the full
Harmed
effect.
them.
So this wouldn't be an unreasonable thing. And you've heard tale of the dangerous Somber Hills, and you're like, whatever.
Right.
We have no problem. We just roll through here like, what up? No big deal.
This through. Take our feathers, go home.
Yes, but
Yeah,
it
okay.
doesn't seem unreasonable, especially because there's the pretty sizable winged beast kind of area over by the valley where the spire is, and you're not too far from here. Your guys made it about 4 miles before this thing showed up.
Okay. Shall we continue?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Let us go. We look snazzy.
Yeah, you guys are doing great.
Horns, feathers.
Does Ozzy have a bag of holding?
No.
Nobody does. This is
Nope.
you guys are eventually gonna hit capacity because you're just
Yeah.
carrying.
Right now, I feel like things are strapped to horses, probably, but
Right, like Ozzy has big old
Saddlebags.
antlers and there's some claws, and Vanna just got like a big old bundle of feathers. Like,
Yeah, tie it to the side of the horse.
Right.
I have
Like
rope.
the
so I can
Witcher
use
when
that.
you have the griffin.
and we've got the dwarven tomes.
oh,
too,
the
right?
books! You got the
The
books.
The books. We got all the
Those
books
are
strapped
hanging
to a
on the
horse.
side too.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
horse is like kind of lopsided because it's got like horns and like a library, so it's like,
Poor Morty.
but we're moving on, so that's okay. So you guys you're taking your time, right? Because you got obviously some extra weight now, and you're taking these horses kind of off-roading, so you don't want to, break an ankle or anything, and then have to deal with that, potentially murdering a horse. So you guys continue for the rest of the day. Seems like that was the one dangerous thing in this area. Which, again, to a average traveler, that would be more than formidable. Especially because if they get to dive attack, they do, like, extra damage. So, we didn't get to see that, because I decided rather than, like, fight you guys to the death, that survival would kick in. But didn't matter anyway. And either way, Vanan was going to hunt this thing at 500-foot range. So it was going to die no matter
That
what.
was a good range. I was also thinking if my turn came around, I was gonna dash to get close and then use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark, and I could just track it down from anywhere at that
That
point.
is also
Yeah.
a thing you could do.
Track it for real.
Yep.
It's like, all right, you can go sleep somewhere, but I'm gonna slit your throat in your sleep. No.
We've been there, done that. That
I was
is
gonna say,
old news.
Par for
Old
the
news.
course for this group.
I take that back.
Yeah. All right. So you guys eventually crest the nearby hill, and you can see the monastery kind of set down on a kind of a flat piece of land here. So, let us see here. Do we have any good descriptions? It sort of is in, like, there's a clearing around the monastery, the way you would guess. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 100, 20, 50. It seems to be, like, on the width-wise, you think it's probably about 250, 300 feet wide is the width of this overall monastery, because you guys are kind of seeing it from up above. Oh, here we go. A trail leads into an ever-narrowing defile between bluffs of wind-sculpted sandstone. Eventually, the walls draw in so closely that you can reach out and touch either side. But then the narrow space opens into a hidden canyon in the heart of the hills. A sprawling monastery with dark, narrow windows and red tile rooftops stands in the middle of this natural amphitheater, ringed by sandstone cliffs all around. Ahead, a weathered flight of stone steps leads up to the closed monastery doors. The plain doors are made of heavy timber with iron studs. A dusty footpath circles the building.
No people?
That you can see. I mean, it is a monastery, right? So, potentially training. Because you guys, and you didn't really encounter any of them, so that's, never mind. So you guys, yeah, you can see there's a path, like a footpath that kind of leads around the outside of this thing, and again, like I said, it's about 300 or so feet wide, so you could circle around it. It's kind of, again, because you have to, like, kind of move through a slightly narrowing path that opens up into this kind of natural recession. You can see why it's very easy that your average person would just never find this place. Unless you knew where it was, which you guys had the map, but they kind of also told you and confirmed it where it was, and Lady Stormbanner also helped with that too. So some people know, but it's not common knowledge.
You're not common knowledge.
Can
You're
we... Oh, the only way in is through the narrowing path.
Well, it basically, like I said, the path opens, and you can see
right.
there's a set of stairs that go up to the front, and then you could walk around the place.
Okay.
Yeah, because you basically have about, looking at it when you're facing the front, you've got about 20 feet. You come out of the path, you got the steps that lead up, and you got about a 20-foot gap between the walls of the monastery and the nearby canyon. But as you kind of look to the side, you see that it opens up wider, kind of on the right-hand side, and you can you basically get the feeling, because there's like a dusty footpath with tracks, that one could circle around it if you wanted to.
Okay. So what? We knock on door? We are here. Yeah. Is there anything we want to scope out?
Vanan, Avi.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to see what we're up against, at least out here, if we have to make an escape.
Yeah, I would say I'd like to just go around the perimeter of, let's say, 500 feet, and I just want to get a good sense of everything around the area.
Okay. You mean you're going back out of the canyon, or you're just going to loop around the whole place?
I'm just going to loop around the whole place.
Okay. So, you scout around, and a small door, perhaps a servant's entrance, is on the northwest side of the monastery. On the northeast side, a low wall encloses a good-sized garden with a locked gate. The eastern portion of the monastery is in very poor repair. The walls are crumbling. The windows have been bricked up with old masonry. A small side door is near that section in the southeast portion of the building. So basically, again, to reiterate, you can see the front door, which is wooden with studs. As you circle around to the side, the northwest side, you found what you assumed to be a servant's entrance, perhaps. On the northeast side, kind of on the far back right, if you will, because if you're looking coming up north, far back right is a lower wall with a garden. There's a locked, it is a wall. It's lower so you can see in. It's not as high, but it is, walled off, and there is a gate with bars. And then there is kind of closest to you that you see on the right-hand side is this small side door. And again, the eastern side is more in disrepair than the rest of the place. And you circle around, and you don't really see. You're just kind of doing a quick scout, trying to get a lay of the land. Again, there is room that one, like the far back side, so I guess the most, like the opposite side, it is all enclosed, right? The only true, exit from this amphitheater, as they're calling it, is the way you came in.
Right.
But there is room around the sides, like 20 to 30 feet on the left-hand side, and to some points on the right-hand side, about 40 to 50 feet before you hit the wall. So if you had to get into a scuffle outside, it wouldn't all be close quarters. You have some room to move around. And there's a couple of rocks, like not pillars, but like chunks of rock, like little outcroppings that appear in random spots that you like. Some of them are higher that you may be able to use as cover if you wanted to duck behind something. Stuff like that.
You said there was a servant's door. Are there separate quarters like outside of that they would be coming from?
No, everything is connected. You don't basically, because you're not seeing, you're not really seeing into any of these places. You just it is almost just like one. Obviously, like there's indents for different rooms. The way the overall thing is not just a big rectangle,
Okay.
but they don't seem to be separated. Everything seems to be contained in one place. There are some dark, very narrow windows that you could attempt to look through, but they're pretty dark. Like the glass is dark, so you don't get the feeling that you'll probably be able to get much unless there's like a bright light on the inside.
Do we feel like we need to sneak in? We have 2 chances to do so, or we can simply go to front door and try to be friendly.
I vote as the front door.
I agree.
Sure, let's try it.
We said we want to be honest, yes? Yeah, let's be honest. Let's own up to it.
Okay, you guys move up to the front door. A small panel slides open, the front door, and you see someone wearing one of those gold masks peering back out. The mask is fashioned in the shape of a scowling gargoyle, but the hand that opened the panel seems to be human enough. From beneath the mask comes a female voice that says, "Yes? What do you want?"
Send me your children.
No, don't you hush your mouth.
Hello.
I wish to buy your children.
We have recently come from Feathergale Spire, where we received word that there was some nefarious things occurring there. While we were there, we managed to dispatch most of them that were there, and we came to understand that you were great enemies with them. We wanted to at least relay this information to you in case it was beneficial to you at all.
They listen, or she listens to your story, and she says, The abbess doesn't allow visitors to disturb our meditations. No visitors allowed. Shuts the door. No one's allowed to see the wizard.
I knock again.
And she goes, "Ah!" and opens it.
Excuse me. We do not mean to bother your meditation. We'll even be quiet if we need to. But we are very tired. We had a long journey. We killed all these people for you. So can we just come in? We stay in foyer. We wipe our feet. It'll be fine.
She says, "Who are you working for? Who here sent you to take him out?"
Well, actually, that's a bit of a complication. I was on a mission to retrieve a young lady from Waterdeep, and in our investigation to retrieve this young lady, she apparently was very brainwashed, and that was the main rescue mission. And in doing our extermination, we discovered that they were not really friendly towards you, so we figured we'd come and let you know that they're done. And the journey out here made us very tired, so we were hoping we could. We'll be out of your hair. We just need to rest, and it's very dangerous in these hills.
And she goes, "Thanks for your help. Too bad. So sad." And shuts the door.
No. Oh, no.
Okay, are we done being nice?
I have tried. Yes, I am.
I'll knock on the door again.
She opens the thing again and says,
I cast suggestion on it.
All right. So,
I was waiting. Were you just like, boop?
What is your suggestion?
Suggest
I'm
away.
going to. I'm going to suggest. Perhaps maybe it might be a good idea for us to speak with the one in charge instead of you. Perhaps they might have more insight into the situation.
Take us to your leader.
Yes, we would like to speak to manager, please.
Take us to your leader.
So she's gonna make a wisdom save?
It is a wisdom save.
Okay. And let's see.
Vanan, stop trying to kiss her through the door.
My DC is a 15.
She says, "Yeah, I bet it would be," and shuts the thing.
Well, I tried all I can do.
They try me. I try so hard to be good person. No.
She says, "Go away," through the door without opening it.
We are not going anywhere until you let me in to rest my poor feet.
She says, "Enjoy staying outside then."
No.
And you hear her say, "Can you believe these assholes?" And then someone else is just like, "Yeah, right."
There are more of you? We are not
You don't
we
hear-
kill
We're
your
wearing the
enemy.
mask, right?
Yeah. You don't hear-
I nudge Ozzy, and I'm like, "Do you think those masks have like anti-magic stuff?"
I don't think the one that we had anything like that.
You
But,
didn't get the
it's
feeling
possible.
when you looked at it that it had any. At least the one that you have, you don't get the feeling.
I think that they have just a very suggesting them is not easy.
I pull out the mask and I say, well, I was going to return this to you, but I guess you do not want it. Person behind door.
She goes, "Yeah, probably not."
Well, you might, because it's one of your masks. We found your dead monk friend in
Can
a hole.
I roll to intimidate?
Yes, we intimidate the fuck.
Through a door, you can certainly try.
I wonder if I can like. Is the door made of wood?
It is made of wood. It is reinforced with studs. And there's iron bands on the door as well, like across it, not like across the whole door, but like they're double doors that open in, but they're studded and banded, so you get the feeling these are pretty decent. Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like kicking the door down.
You could try, but if you don't on the first try, it's gonna be very apparent that you attempted to do so. Like if you kick the door and it doesn't blow in, then it's clear that wasn't a knock. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Fuck it. I'm gonna just. Lilith is like had enough, and she's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try to kick the door down to like intimidate the fuck out of them. Yeah.
Are we still on horseback? Do we ride the horses all the way up?
you tell me.
Oh, let's break this shit down with the horses.
Vanan.
I think no matter how much we've helped them, they're probably not. Maybe I won't kick the door down. Fuck.
I am follower, not a leader. Do not put ideas in my head.
Vanan feels as if the situation is deteriorating very quickly.
Vanan has a keen passive insight to assume that.
Well, shit, we go in back door.
Do you say that out loud in front of the door?
I whisper it in my best Igni voice.
Maybe we just go around to back door.
We just go around to the back door.
And like,
Oh, we should probably tell the guys by the back. No, I'm just kidding. If you're whispering it, I mean, I guess I'll. Do you got like?
I'm gonna just see them. We go home now. Long travel back to where we came from.
Oh, it's probably gonna be rough since you're so tired.
Oh, it sure will be. What assholes did not let us stay the night?
Igni, it's fine. It's fine. We can just go. They don't need to know that we know everything about the cult of the Black Earth. It's fine.
We do. We know all the things.
Sure you do.
All of them. I say we leave horses at top and we sneak in back a door, yeah?
Could make like a. Well, I wait until we're
How
like
about we
out of
go?
earshot.
Yeah, I was about to say. How about we walk away before we
Let's say our whole
We're
plan
riding
right here.
off as like we're having this conversation.
Oh,
We
okay.
walk away, and then I'm like, why don't we set up like a faux camp? Because they know we're gonna be nearby, and when it gets dark, we can like set up, make a fire, tether our horses, like.
We tricked them.
We
Like
can just stake out the monastery and see what they do.
And
Yeah.
we can leave Bigby and John to tend the fire so that it like looks like we're there,
Yeah,
right?
we can have like stuff our bedrolls so it
I
looks like
really hope.
Yeah,
that
put
this
our
doesn't-
shoes at the
You guys came to watch Princess of the Apocalypse. This is what you expected.
Igni goes, I have a technical question. So this like amphitheater thing that this monastery sits in, is the monastery open? Like, does it have walls that like surround it? Could we potentially jump in with our flying suits?
It has a roof.
Oh, damn it.
I told
I was
you.
hoping it was like an open.
It had a
like
red
courtyard or
tiled
something.
roof.
Oh, so it is like a closed facility. It doesn't have like an outdoor.
Correct. There's the
sections.
garden in the back that has a low wall and a gate, but it's a garden, right? So it's got to have open
Yeah, this is
air
what it's
to the
gonna-
light. So you could go in the garden if you wanted.
Are there any? It doesn't look like there's any ways in from the top. Can we tell that from where we're at?
Not from where you're at, no.
On the map that I have,
The
is there
walls
any-
are about 25 feet high, like the walls of the monastery itself.
Okay.
on the map that I have, because it's not the top layer.
No,
it's
it's the
another layer
underground layer,
within.
yeah.
There's nothing on it that signifies that there's another entrance. Is there?
No, you kind of just have a general. Your underground layer of this map just kind of you have general outlines of the rooms, right? Basically.
Okay.
And it is like a high level blueprint, so it doesn't actually have what's in the rooms. You have like the location of some staircases, so you know there are multiple ways up and down,
Okay.
Okay.
but you don't know what's there. You do get the feeling that the underground layer, based on your quick assumption and your intelligence, that the underground layer is larger than the above ground layer.
Okay.
So do we get the feeling they are hiding this underground lair?
I think they're trying to hide
Oh,
everything about
guys,
themselves.
okay. What if?
No.
All right, no one.
No,
will
I'm just
do this
kidding.
plan.
Just kidding. It's only because you started with what if. I
Well,
mean,
how else am I supposed to start that? Oh.
So anyway, what were you gonna say? The chat is already on top of you guys. Shit.
Yeah.
yeah, they're on our what ifs already.
Wait.
I say I like this plan of hiding and going under guise of nighttime.
Yeah, that
darkness.
sounds great. That sounds like a very good plan. But what if instead we
What are we looking for?
what if instead we try and dig down to their
That seems.
Well,
underground layer?
They're a cult, right?
Lilith, do you think
Like,
we
I'm
could
trying figure what's our objective?
I would like some information as to why they are so stinking secretive. Yeah, what are they hiding?
Well, we did meet a member of this cult already, didn't we?
Yeah,
He was the one manipulating the town of Red Lodge.
the one who got
previously.
away.
He's always the one that got away.
That
The one
wore-
who got away.
The one who wore
that
stone.
asshole.
The one who wore stone armor, very similar
Yeah.
to the assholes who beat you up and left you for dead, Igni.
Those assholes. They punched me back awake. I remember them.
No.
Okay.
We're talking in your backstory. The guys that
Oh!
left you for dead on the side of the road.
Side of the road.
had similar-
Yes.
You don't, because it was all relatively quick, but you definitely remember this stony style armor, similar to the guy you met beneath Red Larch. Not the same guy, but similar in
But
make.
similar to it.
They left.
Okay.
You know you found the mask in a grave where there were air cultists' graves, or the Sky Rider graves, but also several people from Mirabar. And you're also trying to potentially track what happened to this delegation and the lost Knight of Samalar and all this other stuff.
I said we wait till night and break in.
You know of 3 other entrances that are definitely not as heavily reinforced as this front door that you saw on your travel. This is the front entrance. This is barricaded. The other ones are doors, potentially pickable, potentially breakdownable, and the garden is open to the air because it's a garden, right? It has a wall with a wrought iron gate fence, but you could climb this low wall and look into the garden, or I guess I can describe to you what you would have seen having looked through the gate, because it's a gate, right? It's not...
Right.
So let's see if there's anything that you could have seen. I guess it doesn't actually say that it's wrought iron, but in my brain it is, so we're going to say that it is. Unless there's, like, the super bad guy lives there and just is hanging out. And then you're like, oh no, he's not there. So, okay. Walled garden shelters beneath the north wall of the monastery. The garden is poorly kept, although some effort has been made to clear footpaths through the overgrowth. A garden gate to the northeast, which is what you saw, leads out. You can see 3 doors open into the monastery from within the garden at the southeast, south, and western side of the garden, and there are various statues within the garden that seem to be expertly crafted that, again, you saw from a distance.
Okay.
So you could go in there, and there's 3 doors there as well.
Right. Can we... Okay, let's talk for a moment. Try to put all this together. Missing delegation, yeah? And then we get scary people that live in tower and worship air elemental. We killed them. So I feel like that's a third of the pie we have eaten. Why are they so mad at this monastery? Why are they enemies? Did we miss that?
No, we just know that they're very secretive, and that apparently there's potentially some nefarious things happening here.
Everybody's into nefariousness. Everybody.
Yeah, they were throwing people off.
So, if they don't want us here, they must be hiding something very, very good. My rogue senses that tingly feeling in the belly. It tells me that there is something very, very good here.
Well, why would they send one of the, I guess, I don't know if he's a leader of some sort, but some earth person to Red Lodge to manipulate the people there? What would they be gaining from this?
Were they trying to hide something? We don't know, because we kind of dug hole and tried to kill them out. So I feel like we missed a lot of information there.
Yes.
We're just going to have to swallow that pill.
And then you did kill one.
It seemed like they were recruiting.
That's what I was thinking. They were building numbers.
Yeah.
Oh.
He set up a recruitment base.
Right.
Yes. Okay, so I say, if we know that this map you have goes to underground portion, I say we go in back door and look for staircase down. I say we just leave them to their own sheet upstairs. The
one that got away is apparently his name is Larrick. That's what I have in my notes.
Right. He who must not be named. Larrick. He disappeared. You know, we did not knock on door and drop his name.
I mean, he would, if we dropped his name and they know him, he's not going to say anything nice about us. We did try to kill him.
That is true.
Oh, it's true. We tried to put him in the hole.
Yes.
No, he was already in the hole.
Yes, he ran away.
He caused hole.
And we fought him down in the temple that they had.
He disappeared right before we killed him.
And then vanished.
He brought down the stones so you guys can track him.
I say at this point,
they were going to sacrifice a kid, weren't they? Like a child?
Yes.
Like a actual child, not
a they weren't going to sacrifice him. They were basically punishing him.
They had him weighed down by heavy rocks.
Yeah, they
Right.
He was the son of one of the believers.
Yeah,
in the town.
Mm-hmm.
Braylon, I have his name right here.
There you go.
I am yes.
And Grung. Poor Grung.
I say the most we can do is sneak in back door and try to get more information. I feel like we are flying blind here.
More or less, yes.
And like I said, of two doors, the gate to the garden, and you saw 3 doors from within the garden. So you could hop the wall in the garden and try to go in one of the 3 doors there, which isn't a directly outward facing door, and then you have 2 other doors and then the front door. So you have several options for where you would like to go in if you so choose to do so.
Yes.
Okay. So
wait till night. Does it look like they're active on the inside? Can we even tell that it's very active?
You do remember that the chick at the front told you she does the abbess. Again, the female version of an abbot, for those who are unaware, doesn't allow visitors to disturb our meditations, and they are monks. And it is very quiet here. Like, you don't hear much noise from
maybe
inside.
They are meditating now and will speak to us at a later time.
I don't foresee that happening.
Yeah.
Well, we can wait and see if they come out, and in which case they come out of the monastery, we can approach them.
I feel like they probably use the meditation excuse on every person that comes knocking at their door.
Well, we're going to be waiting anyway for nightfall, so we might as well just see what they're doing.
Agreed.
I guess I could go I could climb a wall and try to scope that shit out in one of those windows.
Ooh, yeah.
And then come back and report.
Again, that the part of it is more in disrepair. The windows are bricked up on the disrepaired area, but it's old masonry, so you could potentially try to knock out and go in that way, but that would make noise because you're breaking in.
No, didn't you say there were like narrow windows?
There are, but they're glass? Very dark. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're not going to see them.
Would a history check give some insight? If I rolled high enough, would that give some insight in terms of how dwarven strongholds were typically would you know what I mean? Maybe there's in most fortresses or keeps, there's always a little side door that people can run provisions through or whatever. If there's ever a siege.
You could, but I'll tell you, of at least 2 side doors, one that you believe to be a servant's quarters. Okay. So there's doors right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, and you haven't checked those doors to see if they're locked or anything like that. And again, like I said, there's a wrought iron gate into a garden and 3 doors there. Those are more inside, right? Because they're inside a wall. Yeah. The wall's open to the air, so probably a less likely chance that those would be locked, potentially, right? Because they're somewhat contained within. And the only other thing I will mention is that you guys have one of the masks. You guys saw the robes of the guy in the grave, but they're monk robes because they're very loose and flowing. And you kind of got a little peek when she opened that a little bit in there that she too was wearing monk robes.
Do you guys remember what the verbal exchange was between the believers when they met each other? There's a greeting.
Yeah, but
a believer approaches, I think.
Yeah. Dress up.
Okay.
And say it.
Okay.
Wait, but Amy's voice is very recognizable.
I can disguise voice.
Yeah, you can actually go.
I will do best American girl accent.
Do it right now. Right?
Okay. Okay. It'd be great.
Is this the accent?
Where I'm confused. Where's America?
Yeah. So is that planned to disguise?
It is.
I go as to disguise.
Make me a Arcana check, Ozzy. Just throw it out there. You spent a lot of time in Candlekeep.
Unnatural 20.
In one of the oldest, dustiest books in the deepest bowels of Candlekeep, not touched, that America is technically on the same plane, the same material plane as Toril, but in a different dimension. It is still the way the planes kind of overlap, right? You have the inner, you have the Shadowfell, you have the Feywild, you have the inner planes, you have the outer planes.
Right.
But from having read that book, which didn't really catch your eye too much because it's this is not what I'm focused on, but that there are several interlocking material planes that are all sort of on one larger plane. And there were other names that came up in there, like Kryn and Eberron and Greyhawk and all these other places. And one of them was a thing called Earth. And on that map was America.
Then as soon as
Igni doesn't probably know what that is, but you know.
No.
But as soon as Igni says that, my eyes go crazy. I'm like, Igni, are you a dimensional traveler?
I am no such thing. I am dancer.
How do you know?
I know things.
What does this mean?
I don't know.
Ozzy just fetal positions into like.
The robot has broken.
Bigby, what do you know?
What have you done?
It's been a long time.
So
what
this could be fun plan. I like this plan. We could go. Yeah, we could. I could put on mask. I could put on the accent from interplanar space. It'd be great.
Interplanar space.
I do not know of these things. I can't even read, for Christ's sake. Yes?
Here's an
I think
idea.
you should do it.
We could just go in guns blazing. Like
We talked about that when we was knocking on door.
well, I mean like if
You mean
could-
in back door, guns blazing?
No, I mean like you wear the mask, you pretend to be one of them. You're like
Correct.
a believer approaches. They like crack open the door and you're like, oh hey, let me in. And as soon as they open the door like enough, we have Lilith go in first. Just like and then we start the, smash and smash.
I feel like if we continue to exterminate strongholds,
They're gonna
people will start coming for us.
yeah.
Well, what is our goal with this stronghold?
That's what we're trying to say. They have something in there, and I want to find out what it is. They are hiding something,
I mean, obviously some weird shit's happening in this valley.
and it can't be good.
Mm.
We know they are cultists. They came to Red Larch and fuck shit up there.
We could just so let's use this time to snoop around and gather what we can. And then I think I have a creeping feeling that we're going to start to need more reinforcements, and that maybe I should check in with the Summit Hall and let Lady Stormbanner know what's going on.
Did we all just get trinkets?
You did. I'm waiting. I want to see how this. I want to see how this
Waiting for
goes.
chaos.
Planning.
I want to
Sorry,
see how
I
this
need to-
goes.
I think we're waiting for nightfall.
To look different, slap that mask on and scooch yourself.
Yeah. Ignis I'm doing it. Just let me go. I'd go give a knocky knock.
Can I suggest that before we do any plan, we take a short rest?
Sure. You guys
Oh,
can
yeah.
do that.
Oh, I do not sleep, but sure.
Okay.
I meditate. I sit on
I would
horse.
like
Yes,
to get a
yes, yes.
spell back.
That sounds
Oh
good.
yeah, do it.
Okay.
You get short rest.
I was about to say, you guys could rest while I go disguise.
Wizards can do it once a long rest. They can
Yeah.
get half their level in spell slots back.
Once for short rest, I can get half my level in spell slots back. So 2.
Cool.
What if we do the what if we wait till daytime?
It is daytime.
No, I mean like sleep for a good like.
You're going to wait 24 hours on lawn of mean monks, and then we going in?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got a spell slot missing now.
Oh, that's what,
No, you don't. You didn't cast Hunter's Mark. It was too far away.
I cast.
Oh,
yeah, you're
alarm. No, it was the night
Yeah.
before.
right.
You feel great. Let's do it. Let me go
Bucky,
sneak
how
in.
does your wand work?
How does it work?
Yeah, do you know how it charges?
Yeah, it has 7 charges, and I get back 1d6 plus 1 at the beginning of the day.
How many did you use today?
4.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to like, if we're gonna do anything, I feel like we should be utmost prepared.
Sure.
I hear these words.
Mm.
I have no spells. Well, I do. I make dancing lights.
That's a good spell.
These
You make dancing light.
light.
one.
I make dancing.
You
light.
haven't actually taken the
Dog.
time with Ozzy to practice more.
It is one but mighty.
Well,
Mighty light ball.
were you to practice more, you may be able to unlock further potential, but you haven't taken the time to do that.
More like
This is true. We have been killing people. I have had no time for dancing light ball.
Sure.
Let's
I
go.
feel
I'm
like
going
the light like does this.
in.
Yeah, it's a dancing light, literally.
It's a single light.
yeah.
I am proud of single light. So okay, I would like to disguise myself, and I'm gonna go try again.
Okay. You're going up to the door. You're Okay, hang on. I'm as you guys are making camp. No, we're gonna let these trinkets happen inside. I'm just writing now. So you go up to the door. You guys back away. You let at least an hour pass. Let's just see. This is a wonky. I'm trying to figure out. I got some numbers, and Katie didn't tell me who was getting which trinket, so I'm trying to like look at them and figure out which one works the best.
Oh.
So like, you guys are getting the best treatment here.
Only
no,
the best treatment.
We're gonna give this one to Ozzy because that one's funnier. Oh man, I'm gonna have to think about this one. All right, hang on. Two more. Just give me 1 sec, guys, as I do this. So you go up to the door. You've let, what did we say? At least you let just the short rest time go by, so just an hour.
I mean, I was not planning on taking rest. They can rest, I guess, while I walk back up and try to get in. What happens if they let me in? We didn't talk about that.
Nope, you didn't. So you knock on the door, and
You're committed. You're in.
I'm in.
The thing slides open here, and you see this. You see this face back there, and they see you with the same mask. And did you say
Right.
anything specific?
When it slides open, I lean in close and I try to disguise my voice. And Igni says, "A believer approaches."
And you see like a quizzical like head turn, and the woman says, "Sure it does," and opens the door and lets you in. I was like, so what's in, like, as you walk in, you realize that there is 2 other guys in there.
Sure there is.
And she says, "What's a believer?"
Just a joke. Ha ha! Funny. Ha ha ha! And I begin laughing into the mess.
And the other guys are like, "Ha ha ha!" I don't get it. Oh, man,
Yeah,
too much
it's his
time in the
joke.
sun, I guess. And they shut the door behind you. You are in.
Oh shit.
This austere hall is finished in irregular blocks of dark basalt that form natural columns along the walls. The doors of the monastery's front entrance face south, while interior doors lead east and west. An interior courtyard lies just to the north of this room, visible through a pair of narrow windows. Where would you like to go?
Do they go anywhere?
Oh, they're the front guard.
Okay.
You're just like standing in the hallway now, and
Right,
they're kind of
right.
like looking at you expectantly, like, "What are you doing?"
I'm gonna just act. I'm going to pretend like I know the fuck I'm doing, and I'm gonna walk just into the like main room, I guess, and just do a good perception. Are there other people around? Are they meditating?
All right, so you have basically you have a door straight ahead,
Straight ahead.
and then one to the left and right. Which way do you go?
Okay. I'm gonna go straight back. Because I know that that's got to lead out the north side. That's north, right?
That is straight north, yeah. And you know, but the
Great.
doors are like
Right.
the sides.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just gonna.
Oh, weird.
We should have talked through like a signal or something.
Okay, so you head through that into the sandstone court. This long, narrow court is paved in red sandstone. To the north stands the main temple or shrine of the monastery. Its copper-sheathed doors emblazoned with a triangular symbol. A familiar triangular symbol.
Have we seen this one?
Doors also exit to the court at its east and west ends, and several narrow windows pierce the south wall. Gargoyle statues guard the door, each facing the court with a ferocious leer. There are 2 of them on either side of the door, these gargoyles.
Of course there are.
And they don't seem to take any notice to you.
Well, I hope not. They're stone, right? Or are they like live living gargoyles?
You don't know.
Well, can I roll to find out?
I would tell you could, but even if you could, gargoyles have the ability, and like gargoyles and mimics and things like that, you can't tell the difference.
Statues.
The mask that you're wearing has a similar looking face to the gargoyles that are there.
I would like to approach the altar very slowly and respectfully.
There is no altar. The doors lead to the temple. Yeah.
The temple. That's what I would like to approach. Yes, you're right. The door to the temple.
Okay. So there are these copper sheathed doors. Do you go through? There are doors. The hallway continues to the left and right, and you can see doors at opposite ends, and then there's this temple here in front of you.
I would like to peer inside the temple. Can I just peek inside?
You can make me a stealth check.
I can do that. At a 21.
Okay. You try to like peek in through these metal doors that very clearly crap open, as it were, and you see 4 large columns of natural rock dominate this shrine. A wide set of steps descends into darkness in the center of the room, in front of a slab-like stone altar. Large copper-sheathed doors stand in the middle of the south wall, which is the room you're entering in, so that smaller doors exist to the east and west. 2 narrow windows in the north wall emit thin fingers of light from the outside. Above the altar, a triangular symbol has been chiseled into heavy stone blocks of the wall. In the room, you see clearly let's see. Let me make sure that I'm getting this right. You see a woman.
Great.
She, let's just make sure that this is, I'm sorry, a man, my mistake. A man, who seems to be clearly well muscle tone, and there are, 2, people in the kind of stony armor that you saw that Larrick wore, that stony armor, and they are in here.
Okay. Are they doing anything?
Let's see. He seems to be praying at the altar, and they are facing the door, guarding him. Facing the door you're coming in.
Guarding it. And he's
guarding. They're guarding him.
They're guarding him.
Yeah, they're like in front of him.
Gotcha. Can I make out what he's saying in his prayer?
You can make me a perception check.
Everybody cross your fingers. Oh, probably not. A 11.
You hear mumbling.
You said there was a staircase down.
Yes, in this room, there's a staircase down.
There's a staircase down.
Yep. And 2 doors out to the left and right.
Okay. I would like to gingerly
step back
from that room, take that information in. I need to find a way out.
Well, there's 2 other doors in the garden.
Right. Can I figure out, based upon what I already know where the garden's located, how to get out through the garden?
You could, you'd have to, basically, you're going to the back right of the building, so you have to get that way.
Okay, cool.
The hallway you're in, there is a door to the right you could head through.
Let's give that a go.
Okay, so you go through that, and you come into a hallway, and this hallway curves, it goes to the left and right. To the right, it seems to curve back around. You would guess that this leads back out to the main entrance hall that you came in.
Oh, okay.
You kind of move down the hallway. You see it goes back and to the right. You see a staircase going down.
Oh.
And you see 3 other doors off of this hallway.
Jesus Christ! I should have brought the map.
Well, the map doesn't cover this.
Oh,
level.
right.
Stone stairs descend 10 feet to a landing turn, kind of to your left. Several large buckets are stacked unevenly on the landing. To the north, the staircase descends 10 feet to a door. So you have the staircase. There are some buckets, and you don't see a direct. Actually, I guess you would. You see a door straight ahead of you that you would think leads potentially out into the garden. Kind of the stairs go down.
Okay.
But there's a door there.
Okay, I'll give that a go. Let's try that. If I can reasonably.
That door, and you do see the sunlight pour in as you have entered into the garden.
Cool. I would like to sneaky out of the garden, over the fence, and back to our resting troop.
Okay, go ahead and make me a perception check while you're out there.
No, that would be like a 6.
Okay. So, while you're out there, you see 2 more of those gargoyle statues, similar to the ones that you saw inside.
I don't like them.
But you also see 2 other statues out there. And these don't look like that. These are strikingly lifelike statues of adventurers in different gear. And they're sort of like, one of them is just kind of arms at side, stock still. Just upright, like at attention.
Yeah.
The other one is sort of like this.
Okay, I'm gonna take that in. Is there any kind of inscription, or are they just like a stone figure?
They are just like statues placed in the garden.
How many?
There are 4 statues. The 2 gargoyles that look like the gargoyles inside,
right?
And the 2 kind of strikingly lifelike adventurer.
Are they human? These lifelike adventurers?
The stock still at attention one is a human, and the one who's kind of got their hands up as if blocking something is an elf of some kind.
But nothing in terms of like what they're wearing that would denote.
The elf has studded leather armor, a bow strung across its back, arrow, like a quiver on this side, dual short swords, and the human is in what seems to be plate mail, with a stone sword at the hip and a shield on its back. No iconography on the shield.
Okay, I will also take that information in, note those horrible fucking gargoyles again, and continue my plan of hopping the fence.
Yep, you can do that easily.
And then back to the gang.
You do.
Okay. As I pull up, I pull the mask off.
Oh, as you're leaving the garden. You kick something as you're climbing the fence.
Damn.
And it sort of, you hear a cricket. And you look down, and you see a small little cage. Inside the cage is a cricket.
Can I pick it up?
Yep. Very similar to, like, Cricky from Mulan in the cage, like the Lucky Cricket.
Okay.
It's like a little cage with a handle on the top.
Can I let it go? I don't like things in cages. Igby has an issue with cages. Yeah, she lets it go instantly.
Hops out.
She like picks it up and like holds it in her hand.
It stays.
You are
Oh my god!
You are creepy, Crowley. She puts it on her shoulder like gingerly.
Yeah, it stays on your shoulder as you climb the fence and head back.
Okay, great. Hang on, we climb fence and
it just kind of like with its little legs as you climb the fence. And you run back to the party.
Oh,
that is very adorable.
I need to name it. We do that later. Usually I just name things there. Horse name is horse, so
that's true.
These may just be cricket, yeah.
Do you have a lemur and a cricket pet?
I have no lemur.
She has a Big B.
I have the lemur.
He's got the lemur.
Gotcha.
Just the
Big lemur, that's right.
yeah. Now I can literally say play by sad. It's so sad for you. Yeah, and so I want to make it back to the team. Back to the camp.
You make it back to the camp.
Pop the mask off. First, let me say I found tiny creepy crawly and Cage. Look at it.
You guys see this little cricket on its shoulder, on Iggy's shoulder, rather.
Do I know what he does other than be a cricket? Is he my conscience? Because I don't have one of those.
Yeah, you see it pulls out a little umbrella. It stands upright, and it starts to basically, you assume that this cricket is a thing. Let me see. Let me read you the trinket exactly. That was donated. A tiny bamboo cage containing a cricket. That's all there was. It could have been a snake, like a tiny snake.
Oh.
Or a pixie, but I didn't want to deal with a pixie because it's a creature with magic.
You know what?
So
he doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah, he doesn't. You're right.
Sometimes you don't have to be magical. I am not magical. Not really. It's fine. He's like, you are perfect just the way you are. Don't let anybody tell you different, Mr. Creepy Crawly. Yeah, I look at the team and I say, I have so much to tell you. There is temple with altar and these fucking gargoyles everywhere. They stare at you while you walk in the rooms. They didn't even question me. They just let me right in when I had mask on.
Should we all take turns with the mask?
I feel like, but there were stairs. There were inside of temple. There was man. He had 2 big guards, and there was staircase down. I bet you that leads to Ozzy's map.
How did you get out?
I walked out the back door to the garden.
We can just go in there if it's not locked.
This is true. I can lead us there, but they were big. Oh, and there were statues in the garden. They were scary, and by scary I mean it seemed irregular the way they were posed, frozen ish. I'm doing great job of they were frozen.
Statues can look terrible.
No, they seem super realistic, like almost human, as if somebody had stuck them in stone.
Oh.
Am I able to correlate that with some things?
Yeah, it's a reasonable thing. There are means of which magically or otherwise to turn things to stone.
So they were petrified.
Based on the description, you could intuit that. You know that there are spells like flesh to stone, and things that can do it. You also know that there are creatures. It's not uncommon knowing things like a cockatrice and things can turn creatures to stone. Basilisk.
You think they have a cockatrice?
I don't know what that is. I do look at Ozzy and I go, "What about do you know things, smart man, about gargoyles? What are they? Do you know?
Make a check?
Sure.
Give it a no.
Check. Yeah.
Arcana?
Yeah.
That's a natural 1.
You know that gargoyles are often a Gothic-inspired statuary known to ritualistically, at least the story goes, ward off evil forces. And they were, this is fantasy, so they're a commonplace things. They're sometimes designed to, they usually generally have a fiendish-like appearance with wings and usually like dour faces. Sometimes they have 4 arms, sometimes they have 2 arms. Sometimes people make them look more like a lion, different things.
Mm-hmm. They can't be that bad. I mean, gargoyles ward off evil spirits, so.
They were. Oh, you can say that, but they were 2 in garden and 2 in the temple. There was altar. Oh, with the sign, the triangle.
Oh, nice. Well, at least we know we're in the right place.
Yep.
Yes. Yep. There were those. Yes. There was one man. He was very fit man, very toned, as I was told.
As you saw.
As I saw, and there were 2 in armor. But I did not see lots of people. Granted, I did not open all the doors.
What time? Well, it's nighttime, right?
No. It's like
Still today.
4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh.
Yes.
She just walked in with the mask.
So then,
So how do we want to deal with this then? Do we want to go in at night, or do we want to go in now?
Igni, you know the way you went in. There were doors, but again, it was, other than the guy praying, like super quiet. You only saw a few people on your way, and you saw the guards, and you saw the couple of people. But the way you went in, the path you took, was relatively straightforward without interacting with a lot of people, potentially.
Yeah. Okay.
So there could be, you went through the garden, there's 2 other doors.
Right.
And you seem to get, the people that you did interact with didn't question you at all in the mask.
What if you snuck back in and stole like 4 masks for all of us, or 3 masks for all of us, and we just like walk the fuck in?
That is a good plan. I don't know where their closet is.
You got a lot of doors to check, but
There's lots of doors. I mean, that is good possibility.
We could be prisoners.
That is also a plan we have done before.
I don't know if I. Nah. Never mind. Prisoners, maybe. Yes.
Okay. I just say we wait till nightfall. I know how to sneak in through garden, into back door, and to the temple, where I can only assume. Can I look at? Let me see that well-drawn dwarven map you have, Ozzy.
Oh.
Can I correlate my time inside to the map and try to match things like the staircases up and down, or
the dwarven? I mean, his map. You could see. You saw the one staircase that seems to match.
That seems to match. Okay.
And
Yes,
the big one seems to match as well.
Okay. Let's do. Yeah, that I can do that.
Okay. So
Yeah, so this one, I know where it is. We can sneak in the middle of the night. No mask, none of that needed. We go straight in, we go straight down, and we do what we do when we get there.
Okay. So you guys are gonna wait till nightfall. Nightfall comes. Then you're gonna go back in through the garden. Yes?
Sure.
I'm asking Igni because it was
That's
her plan.
that was that this way okay. Yes, yes. Follow me and be quiet.
Before we go into we execute this plan, can we like take a break to get coffee? Maybe
Sure.
a snack.
Yeah, do you want to take a break? Then we will infiltrate.
I
Absolutely.
just need to get coffee and like something to eat.
Yeah, man. For sure.
Brittany, those glasses though.
Yeah, Brett,
My Mrs. Claus glasses.
I love them.
Yeah.
Nice.
looking good.
I'll say this though. While you are taking a short break, we are taking a short break and you guys are waiting for nightfall. In the course of that time, you're just kind of kicking around Vanan. You come across, you're like looking at all the stone and the statuaries nearby, and weirdly, like you kick like a rock, and it hits into the canyon wall, and the rock cracks open. And inside the sandstone, which is not unreasonable, is a quartz figurine, smoky quartz, about yay big, of a bear. It looks like it had 2 inset gems in its eyes. Those gems are missing.
The bear you set free has come back.
John?
It's a statue. It doesn't say anything. And like John's like on your shoulder.
John, is that you?
And John is like with the little vines, like he's all excited because you're saying his name.
John?
Aww.
You have this little figurine. There looks like there were gemstones of some kind inset into the eyes. They're not there, but it's a little smoky quartz figurine of a bear.
Hey, we
Are
may
there
have a
any-
gemstone to replace it, man.
Are there any holes?
They're the sockets for the eyes, but that's it.
Okay. How big are like? Okay, never mind. That's
Like about a carrot.
yeah. Like, do you say carrot?
Yeah, a carrot each for the 1 carat weight gem per eye.
Oh.
Yeah. Not a actual carrot.
Yes, we're talking gemstones here.
Hey,
Not
I
vegetables.
thought you were talking like I was like like this.
No, the statue is about this big.
Okay.
Okay.
It is smoky quartz. It is shaped. It's quartz, right? So facets. It's a little rough. It's
like
a
a diamond on a diamond ring size.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a low poly, right? Because it's quartz and the cleavage planes don't. It's not gonna be perfect.
Cool.
But yeah, about a carat weight. So I don't have any gems around to show. But like a nice diamond ring size gem. You don't know what kind of gem. Yeah, like about that size. Or
Okay.
so is the stone, 1 on each eye, but you don't know what kind of gemstones it is.
All right.
All right, so go. That you find that's your trinket during the break.
All right. Cool. Beans.
Go, everybody. Take breaks if needed, and then we'll be back in just a little bit. I'm gonna hang out here with you guys because
I was about to say I don't know that I have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
I want to infiltrate.
Yeah, I know. Listen. I have so many things that
So many
that unfortunately may just get tossed out. You never know. We'll
Well,
see.
it's not the end of the night yet.
No, it's not.
Asset-based thinking, Ted.
Listen, it's all good. I gotta find a trinket for. Roll me a percentile, Brittany. Because yours were not good. One was like a vial of vampire blood, and I was like, I'm not gonna give that to her.
Oh
And
man,
96.
Okay.
What's that? What does it mean?
During the course of this waiting for nightfall, you notice that Bigby, the horses, actually, nah, the horses don't count. Bigby, John, the cricket, they all seem to gravitate towards you during the course of the break, of the waiting, and they seem to love you. Your trinket is small animals and household pets love you.
Does it make all of their prospective owners like slightly jealous?
A little bit. Like Igni just got this cricket, and it seems to be like, hey, that Lilith chick's pretty cool. It's still Igni's cricket, but like it seems to like you. You know, like if you
we're camping, they curl up with me.
Yeah, right. Like you know how like
you spoon with the animals.
You know how it's like you go over somebody else's house and they have a cat who's kind of like an asshole to them, and like the cat just comes right over to you and wants to hang out with you, and they're like, "It's my fucking cat," or like, "It's my dog. Why doesn't it doesn't cuddle like this with me?" And like Brittany's that friend.
Aw, righteous.
So
Animal loving.
I think his name's Mr. Cricket.
Mr.
He
Cricket.
he needs a title. If he can't have a name, he's got to have a title.
Mr. Cricket
Mr.
Esquire.
Yeah. Sir Cricket. Aye.
So Brittany's trinket was more of a physical thing, not an actual trinket.
I have an attribute.
Yes. Then all we need to do is get Ozzy's, but I'm excited for Ozzy's because it's so ridiculous.
Oh wait, what does Lilith get?
Small creatures and household pets love her. So like Bigby and the cricket are like they gravitate, like they want to go cuddle with her when they can. Like they're
Nice.
they're big fans of her.
That's awesome.
Did you see what Katie wrote in the chat? Draws cricket for Igni.
God bless her. She's probably like drawing all those loops in my mask right now, and then she's like, God damn it, now I gotta add a fucking cricket.
She's not. Yes.
Oh.
I feel like, Katie, riddle me this. Is the mask better or worse than chainmail? For drawing purposes.
I bet it's
Because I was just like, give Lilith plate mail. Lilith has plate mail because I'm not doing that to you
Chainmail's the
again.
worst.
Plate mail is?
No, chainmail
No,
for
chainmail,
drawing
like
because you gotta
drawing
draw
chainmail?
all the loops. Do you see that, Chelsea?
those
Oh my God,
It's
are you
gonna
here
have
right now?
complicated- I told you. I knew it. I want to first say, oh no, there's a preface.
Oh, here we go. Katie's about to go off.
Oh.
I really,
But she really,
wait,
really, really
Wait,
hates
it's
my
the butt.
mask.
But fuck this mask.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, while we wait for Davis to come back, again, everybody, thank you for all the new follows. And you guys should also, we'll talk more about it as we close out the stream, but you should go check out everybody else's here. They all do streams and podcasts and things, videos. You should go check out all of their stuff, because they're great. We'll get into that more in depth at the end of this here. No, Ozzy's trinket is still coming, but it doesn't work being outside.
Oh.
It's got to be in an indoor place.
Have I been making money this whole time? These bucks? Hold on a second.
You have been, yeah. Go ahead, type bucks.
Oh,
You have a
shit.
1945.
I'm
Anybody who follows extends.
Boom!
Yeah.
Spin some
It's
flip
active.
bucks.
It's time watching. Active in the chat. If you sub, it's 1,000. Right there.
Oh, okay.
So a sub is 1,000. I think our resub is 1,000 too. I'm not sure if I did it that way. And then obviously you guys can play the chat games. That increases stuff as well. If you throw a host, an active host, that's 15 right there. The initial follow is 100. Juice, yours hasn't forgotten. There is another trinket for Lilith. I just need to see.
Oh my god.
Because everybody
Y'all are
wants.
So
making
many
it
trinkets.
rain.
They want Lilith to have a pet because everybody else has a pet.
I feel like we're building a menagerie.
Yeah,
It's happening.
But I
Basically.
love it.
My cricket will eat your pets.
So there is.
I am going to train it in the ways of Rogue.
Well, it's funny because I had a whole thought today. I was like, oh man, I have all these thoughts for pets, and now like to give everybody. Because I love pets.
Pets are the best.
So I like giving
I
people
was
pets.
thinking about it. I think this is the only pet I've ever had as a character.
Well, that's not your planned pet. That's just a bonus. I have one.
Oh, there's
Whether
like a
or not
planned
it
pet.
happens, or Igni accepts it, because it's Igni, right? We'll see. Cricket Swashbuckler, Rogue level 3.
Yes, Mr. Cricket. I am Mr. Cricket. I am here to fuck your day up. Ma.
Fuck it up.
He
All
is a
right.
master in the art of silent death.
Yes. So, Davis is back. It's nighttime.
Great.
Nighttime, yeah.
You guys go into. You're gonna go back through the garden, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
So you guys hop the wall into the garden. You see the statues that she told you about: the human, stock-still adventurer, the elf, in sort of a defensive pose. Very clearly, as someone who made the realization that of petrification, that is absolutely what these are.
Okay.
However, I need you all to roll for initiative.
Oh shit.
Don't
Oh,
you
wait.
just-
I was going to ask if I could cast Mage Armor, but I guess I can't.
We could say you would have done it beforehand.
Fucking
cool.
gargoyles. Right. Fuck. 10.
I rolled a
Nope.
17.
Okay. What we got?
I got a 20.
And what about Vanan? Because you're rolling for him.
Oh, right.
Sorry. He has
You got a
advantage.
7. Oh, advantage. That's right.
Sorry.
A natural 20.
So
25.
25. And the gargoyle's got a natural 1. You notice, didn't seem to mind you before, Igni, but
Oh,
the two
damn.
gargoyles turn and look at you. They are clearly animate. They are clearly alive. Vanan, you go first.
Okay.
They have a 1 initiative.
Gargoyles.
Nice.
What are gargoyles like?
What are they like?
That are mean.
They're
and scary.
statues.
They're like that.
They gross.
Yeah.
Their faces match Igni's mask.
Probably resistant to stuff.
Maybe.
I don't know though. I'm not trying to metagame.
What are you gonna do?
Vanan will take out his bow.
Mhm.
He will use his bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark, because that's like what he does.
True.
And then
And
he'll make an attack on one of the gargoyles.
Can I get you to make me a roll there, Bucky?
Oh, and I have advantage on this too.
Right, because they haven't acted in combat.
11. Plus
That's +9, so 20.
20 absolutely hits.
Damn, plus
damage
9.
is D8. D6.
All right.
D8 and a D6.
D8 and a D6.
Yeah, we're gonna send Davis some
8
dice.
damage.
Plus
whatever you got.
5.
Yeah,
13.
13 damage. So it does not seem to be taking the full brunt, as you had assumed, of this damage, but it does chip off a chunk.
Okay.
Next up in the combat is Lilith. You're muted.
Reading her book
Muted.
with her glasses. I love you so much. Pretty.
That's my tiny spell book that I made.
Yeah, it's super cute.
I was going to say Lilith wants to do like a nature check or an arcana check to see if she can exploit any weaknesses.
Sure, you can make me an arcana check if you want.
Ooh, that's not bad. That is going to be an 18.
You know they don't have any specific weaknesses, but you do know that Lucifer being a magic weapon will do full damage.
Tight. So I'm gonna smack it with my sword, Lucifer.
Go ahead and make an attack roll, please.
Let's see. With I feel stupid for asking, but
Nope.
with the attack bonus, that's added to my attack roll, right?
Yes.
Not that. Okay. So that's going to be a 22.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So go ahead and roll your damage. So I believe you're a D8.
That's going to be 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. So that's with all your bonuses and all that good stuff, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, 9 points of damage, and that is it because you're only level 4. So next up in the initiative order is. Oops, I skipped Ozzy. Ozzy, you were before, but either way.
I was about to say, I think you have like a 21.
Yeah, my bad. So you're up, Ozzy. Well,
okay.
I mixed up the order.
How far away are they?
I don't know, 20, 30 feet.
20, 30 feet. Cool. I'm gonna hit the one that's. Have you all been focusing damage on one of them?
We'll say yes.
Okay. I'm gonna take the one that's been damaged. I'm gonna bring out the elemental spectrum.
Sure.
And I'm going to cast again as our Scorcher through it.
Mm-hmm.
And I will make it. They're statues. I'm gonna say thunder damage.
Okay. So he's gonna make it what what kind of save is it? A dex save?
The dex save.
Yeah, right, because it's Agonizer's as base.
Yeah.
That's a fail.
It's a fail?
Yep.
Awesome. Get my d8s here.
For show.
Where's my other d8? There it is. 6, 5. Ooh, those are good numbers. 19 damage.
Not bad. Yeah, you see as this, I guess Agonizer Scorcher is a line?
Yeah, it's a line, 30 feet line of now thunder, so basically sound. A line of sound.
You see sort of like a ripple effect through the air. And I will say, because you're at least, you're very intelligent as far as combat goes, at least you're becoming that anyway, that you would be able to position yourself in such a way that the line could hit both.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So you would have done that, and they both fail, so they both take the 19 damage.
And the entire time I do it, I'm thinking, oh my god, I was so wrong!
Yeah. You do the damage. It doesn't seem to do anything extra, but you get the feeling that is because thunder damage isn't particularly effective or not effective against them. However, certain thunder spells based on their abilities, like say Shatter, are designed for breaking apart rock.
Yeah.
And creatures made of such a thing. Igni, it's your turn. Lilith is up on one of them, so that would provide you with sneak attack if you wanted to hit that.
Okay. Are they on the ground with us? They're not like
Correct. They're
right?
not. They haven't had a
Okay.
chance to go yet.
Okay. Yeah. Then I will. I mean, all I have is a dagger, so
Right.
we'll do as much damage as a dagger can do on a gargoyle.
But it is a magic dagger,
It is a magic dagger.
which means sneak attack is also magic.
Sneak attack is always magic for rogues.
So
Yeah,
that
so
would be 23 to hit.
Yep. So that's what is it? A D4 plus your Dex plus 1 for the +1 weapon plus 2d6 for the sneak attack.
Mhm.
Correct.
So not bad.
So 8 points for sneak attack.
Got it.
4 and 4 is 8, so 16 plus the 1. Is that what you said?
Yeah, plus
Yep,
1
so
for the +1 weapon.
Plus 1, so 17.
That is the number.
Really?
As exact number. So you stab
Nice.
in no sound, and it just cuts like a hot knife through butter right through this gargoyle, and it just, which is weird because you see the knife go through with no sound, and then like the sound of shifting stone as the top half slides off the bottom half and impacts the ground.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I turn to Mr. Cricket and go, Mr. Cricket, sexy, yeah?
The other gargoyle does get to go though, so it is going to move in. It's going to move in because they're closest to Igni and Lilith, because you guys are next to each other, and it's going to make 2 attacks. So it's going to bite at you, Lilith.
Okay.
Get a 12, so that's a miss, and it's going to bite at you, Igni, and get a crit.
Damn it.
No.
And the
I
cards
have
are
like
in a.
retributive strike or something.
You do not.
Is that a thing?
Eventually, at 7, you can take half the damage for her.
Yeah.
But this is a claw attack. Alright, so it doesn't do any. It doesn't actually do critical damage because the card doesn't have it do that.
Okay.
So Igni, you just take 5 points of damage.
I can do that. I laugh in its face. Ha ha ha.
It just stares at you with a stone face.
Well,
Then it is Vanan's
Sounds
turn.
about right.
Vanan's turn.
It is Vanan's turn.
Marin's gonna move his
Sure,
Mark.
mark over. You can do
yeah,
that.
mark over because that's what he does, I guess.
Don't sound so excited.
I
So,
guess I'm just doing my job.
so what would you like to do?
I'll make an attack. That seems just like what's
With
it do
your
in
bow?
this situation.
All right.
Does it have advantage?
No, not this time.
No.
6 plus 9.
15, that's good enough. It's a D8 and a D6.
And another D8 because it's taking damage.
Oh, right, Colossus Slayer. Good point. Yeah, 2D8 plus a D6. Not bad.
13.
Plus 5
Plus
is
5.
18. In half is a 9.
Damn.
So it's still, again, you're chipping away at it. Again, not doing the full amount of damage you would normally do, but not doing nothing.
Mm.
Then it is Ozzy's turn.
I'll shoot it with a Ray of Frost.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Oh, it's 11 plus 7, 18.
You're good. Go ahead and roll your damage.
8.
Yep.
2.
Okay. 2
And its
points.
speed is reduced by 10.
That it is. Lilith, it is your turn.
Hit it again.
Okay, let's see the attack then.
19.
That's good enough.
Whew. You're nailing this.
Yeah.
You're not scared of any gargoyles.
That's going to be 14 damage.
All right, yeah. This thing is not looking great. It's crumbling. There's cracks in the stone. Igni.
I would like to spin around and one more time with the magic dagger.
Yeah, go
Dagger.
ahead. Let's see it.
Oh, and a nat 1.
Ooh.
Fail.
Now we have natural 1 cards.
Crit fail.
So that is a piercing attack. That's a melee attack.
Mm-hmm.
So as you do that in your spin move, you miss, but the tweaking and the turning, you rip your pack and it splits open. All the contents fall out on the ground.
Oh no, my gold! It's just full of gold. All of our gold and gems just spilled all over the garden.
Damn it.
Were you actually? I will say you were wielding that in one hand, right?
Correct.
The dagger. Were you dual wielding? Do you have 2 daggers?
I do technically have a second
so you
dagger.
could stab with a bonus action if you want. It will.
Might as well.
Sure.
Why not, right? So that one would be a dirty 20.
That's okay. So it's a D4. Doesn't add your mods to it, but it does still do sneak attack. So it still has the 2d6.
So 4.
Okay.
And the 2d6 make it another 5, so 9 points.
9 points.
In the
Unfortunately,
secondary stab.
It is not magic though, so that's only 5 points.
5 points.
So this thing looks like it's awful, but it's still gonna go. It's got you two right next to it. So bite at Lilith is a 16, which is a miss, and a claw at Igni, which is a 19.
Hit.
Which is gonna deal only 3 points to Igni. Let's go back around to Vanan.
Oh wow, it's my turn again.
Mm-hmm.
We are moving and grooving.
I'll shoot it.
Sure.
18 plus 9.
Yep. I'm gonna just say that based on your damage numbers minimum, you probably automatically destroy this thing.
Okay, cool.
Because you got 5, and then plus at minimum 3.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, 13.
This thing shatters apart.
And then in this moment, I think, who thought it was a good idea to let the rogue take all the gold? Never mind.
I'm like trying to cram it back in my bag as you're speaking.
There's a hole in it, so it just goes right back out.
Keeps pouring out,
Just
like tucking
around
it.
her while she's frantically trying to get all the gold. Us three are just like, what the fuck?
Vanan is just like, were we always this rich?
Shut up, maybe. I keep it in Excel sheets, so I don't have to think about it. I stop for a second. I look at Ozzy and I go, I feel weird about leaving these fellow adventurers frozen in stone. Do we know if we can relieve them of this state?
Would I know of any possible cures to petrification?
You know that it is possible. It is well beyond the means of anybody here.
Okay.
Yeah, that is something that is far out of
Actually, it
my
will be
grasp.
beyond the means of everybody here forever. Lilith, maybe at level 17, can cast Greater Restoration, so it's a while.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I see. So does that also mean person who can cast it is also way above our status?
I mean,
Quite possibly, yes.
Cleric would only have to be 9th level to do it, so it's not too much higher, but like,
Yeah.
you guys
But
don't
still
have
double
yes,
where we're at.
still double where you're at. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I say, when I finally get all this gold put back in my ripped sack, we
Which
should
you can sew up, we'll say, relatively.
yeah, I'll
quickly.
just stitch it up real fast. We should quietly enter because I don't want to end up like these fuckers over here, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. It may be possible that they have a creature that does this
Yeah.
to people, so we should be on the
Do
look-
we know of creatures that do this?
There are a couple, yes.
Cockatrice, basilisk,
Yeah.
Right, the best.
Medusa.
Gorgons.
Okay. When we get inside, we go right. We come out a hallway. We go right. There is temple door. We go very quiet down the stairs.
Since
With
you-
all of the stone clashing.
Yeah, it was not quiet.
Well,
Since you have been here, why don't you take the lead?
oh,
Scout
can I
ahead-
put the mask back on?
Sure.
Scout ahead and then give us a signal to move forward if it is clear.
You also know of 2 other doors out of here, Igni.
Okay.
You can see 2 other doors. One, now that you're on the outside kind of looking, you think would lead you right, potentially right into the altar area that you were in before where the guy was.
Okay.
And there's another one that seems to, again, based on Ozzy's map, also have a staircase down, which is kind of right where you guys are, immediately to the right, and then there's the door you came in.
Okay. So, do you want to see the altar, or would you like to go downstairs? Because I have this gut feeling we can take this door or this door, and we get where we're trying to go.
And again, the door that I should just the door that is kind of since you're in the garden now, that's to the left, which would have been the most east on the outside, is the oldest part, which is the crumbliest part, which is right where you are, and there is just a door that is there.
Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny.
Well, let's just go in the one that you came out of previously.
Okay.
Ooh, actually, Ozzy, make me a Arcana check.
18.
The door that is into the oldest part of the the ruins of this place. It's still, the walls are still fortified, but the oldest part, this door here in the garden, you can tell there's clearly a magical aura about this door.
Let's not go in that door.
I'll just say, with an 18, you get the feeling that it's an arcane lock spell.
Okay.
Keep something out.
Something tells me that even if we tried hard enough, we would not be able to get in that door. So let's just go in this one.
But wait. If they put magic on door, that means very important thing is behind it, yeah?
Right.
And
But I cannot actually dispel the magic on that door.
You did see another door on the inside, Igni, in the hallway that potentially could lead to this when you were in the hall, because you saw several doors that led off of the hall, because the hallway is it's very wonky shaped. You saw several doors that led off, and based on the proximity of where you are to this, there's a door that looks like it potentially might lead in there.
Okay, so this way, let's go. And then he kind of starts in the door she originally came out of.
Okay.
And wants to check that one on the way.
Okay, so you come in that door, and then you're in this hallway. You do hear, like, not in a close vicinity, I don't think, but you do hear sound, like, as of people out and, like, movement and things in here. Apparently, things are more active at night than they are potentially during the day. There is a room to your right. You do hear sounds like there may be somebody in there potentially.
Okay.
You see a door further up the hallway on your left.
Right.
That is there something at night. You do not hear any sound from inside there. Other than...
Is that the one that we suspect leads to the magically locked door?
No, that one's a little bit further. You do hear the slight sound of bubbling inside this room through the door.
Okay.
And then if you make a left down this hallway, you see the door that potentially leads into that room, and then the door across at the end of the other end of that hallway. You see a door that leads to another room, and then the door that leads out to that kind of easternmost door that you saw from the front face of the building.
Okay.
So you see the door you believe that leads into.
Can I check and see if it's locked? Actually, before I touch it, is this one got magic on it too?
No.
Okay.
No.
And it doesn't seem to be locked.
I would like to peek my head in, stealthily speaking.
Yeah. This older part of the monastery has been fitted out as a laboratory with work tables covered in alchemical apparatus, it's just apparatuses, but I feel like it's apparati.
Yeah.
I think apparatus is the plural.
All right, well, and several shelves full of strange curios and dusty clay jars. The windows have been bricked up, cobwebs hang thick in the ceiling, and there is an ancient figure kind of reading through a heavy tome that lies open on a desk, and he's making some sort of notes on paper. It seems to be, apparently you can tell from a distance, some sort of form of arcane writing.
But there's somebody there writing it.
Yeah, he doesn't seem he looks up and sees you open the door. Doesn't seem to be just kind of nods and keeps writing. Doesn't seem to be affected by you. And you do see that in the room, it does seem to have a lot of weird arcane, curios and things that potentially may be of magical significance. But he sees you at the door and seems unconcerned, just is continuing, clearly studying and writing something in this arcane book. And it does seem to be spell books and, again, alchemical stuff here in the room. And again, because you opened the door and he saw you, also you guys can all see in the room.
Okay.
And then you can see from this room, there's a staircase that goes down to the opposite end, and then the door that you think led out into the garden.
So I'm going to walk in.
Mm-hmm. You do.
Can I tell what any of this stuff is?
You can make me an Arcana check. What about the rest of you?
I mean, I can make one. I don't know.
I mean, did you want to walk in the room?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Shut the door behind you?
Yes.
Okay.
I got a 27.
Great.
Ooh, I rolled a dirty 20.
Okay.
I
Anybody
know
else?
things. Rarely ever.
You can get looking around. You can see that there are. This is clearly some sort of arcanist's lab of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
You can see some scrolls, some potions, and things laying around that may be of magical usage. And Lilith, go ahead and make me a history check with advantage.
The first roll was a 10. Second roll was a 9, and my history is. Where are you? So it would be a 13.
Okay. He doesn't see. He sees all of you walk into the room, and he continues to write notes in his notebook. And then, as he looks up again and surveys the room, his eyes lock on to you, Lilith. He seems like he looks at you, and he kind of has an inquisitive look on his face, and he's looking as though he is trying to remember and looking back on something, seemingly like there's a wide-eyed stare. Ozzy, you look around. This is clearly the workings of someone with a lot of arcane knowledge. You, with your role, and Igni, you said you got a 20?
20.
You're not too sure what's going on. Lilith, you also get like a weird vibe about this guy. Like, there's a connection, and I'll get to that in a second, but there's like a weird vibe. Ozzy, you get the feeling looking around, seeing all this stuff, seeing just the sheer amount of arcane work. This is somebody who has been doing this for a long time. Like, hundreds of years.
Oh.
This ancient, gaunt, almost skeletal figure who's working on this stuff seems to have been at this for a while.
Does he look human?
He might have been once.
Ooh.
You get the feeling that based on your knowledge, this may be a lich.
I was going to ask if I could...
You could divine sense if you want.
Yeah.
And tell if he's undead, and he absolutely is undead.
Oh.
He doesn't seem...
Is that why he looked at me weird? Like,
no, you with your, what'd you say, a 13?
Yeah.
And he looks, and as you're like going to address him, he looks at you, and he points at you, and he like points at it, like scratches chin from hair that maybe was there at one point that is no longer there.
Yeah.
And he says, he squints, and he clearly is looking at the iconography, the Samalar iconography and the tier iconography. And he looks and he goes, wow, it's crazy. I have not seen Knight Samalar in like a lot of centuries. It's crazy. You're crazy. Do you know who I am? And you recognize this is Renwick Samalar, one of the 3 Samalar brothers, the founders of the Order of Samalar, one who had disappeared. One of the brothers went to form the Order and Summit Hall. Yes. He had presumably died in one of the ancient holy wars. He is here. This is him. He is apparently here studying arcane knowledge, died, became a lich, but doesn't seem to be upset with you.
And I'm like, you know, like when you're stunned with your mouth totally, you're just like, your jaw drops. She's completely like, drops to her knee in a bow, but she's confused because like he's a lich.
Yeah, Ozzy is standing right next to her, also mouth open because he's staring at a fucking lich.
And I'm like, What are you doing? Sir.
He.
With all due respect.
Yeah, no, of course. Let's see, what do I have on him? Two fought bravely. Him and his brother Samalar Caradun. They found. Samalar was the one who founded the Knights of Samalar. I'm sorry, it's Renwick Caradun. My mistake. Samalar Caradun founded the Knights of Samalar. My mistake. They fought in the Second Troll War. So he says, my knowledge and penchant for the arcane led to my preparation for... He kind of, like, looks off and, like, comes back. Lichdom. But I made a potion and I died in the battle. My brother, potion, lich, crazy. Rather than me dying, he brought me back. But knights and paladins and liches don't get along very well. So I came to pursue my knowledge. This place was empty when I came here. Now, people in masks is crazy. I don't deal with them. They don't deal with me. Everyone is happy. I'm doing my research. Wow, you're here. It's crazy.
This is.
Don't even.
I'm so. I put. Walk-in is in every one of my campaigns. I had to pick. I was like on the fence for like a Morgan Freeman type or like Richard Harris, Albus Dumbledore, and I was like, no, man, this guy's got to be Walk-in.
Oh, it's so good.
She's like trying so hard to, because she's like, holy fuck, this is.
I'm sorry, guys. I can't not.
Vanon's just like, damn, this guy seems pretty cool.
Yeah, like Lilith is so torn, and she's like, sir, what are you researching? If I may be so bold as to inquire.
He says, no, my child is fine. He says, when one attains eternal life, knowledge is all that remains. I've mastered the arcane. Spells beyond, and he looks at Ozzy, your wildest dreams. Now, research is all I have. And he says, the cultists, by the way, cultists, they're out in this place. They said, like, come, be our ally. And I'm like, no. No. So they leave me alone. I don't bother them. Because it's not my thing. They do the thing, I do my, everything is fine. It's crazy, but fine. And, go ahead.
I mean, I'm turn and look over at Igni, Ozzy, and Vanan, and I'm like,
He's not their prisoner, yeah?
He's too powerful to be their prisoner.
So
Sir, you're
what?
too powerful.
He's their roommate?
It's like, roommate is a funny choice of words.
They're like,
but like,
his...
I have never wanted to slit a throat more than his. I just want to cut that voice off.
Don't. I'll say,
I won't. I won't.
Don't.
I am.
Says I'm not your enemy.
I hear your words, great lich man, walking lich.
And he looks and he says, "Oh yeah, you were gonna say something."
No, I
No,
have
but
nothing.
Lilith was gonna say
I
something.
was like, I don't have nothing.
Lilith is like more. She's always gonna have that loyalty to her deity, so she kind of like straightens up and is like, "You guys, lich is a strong word."
And he's just like, he says it's all right. He says that technically is what I have become, a lich. It's who I am. It's like whatever.
Can I roll an insight check?
Absolutely.
I've struck, so I'm.
Nope, that's an 8.
And he says, "Okay, you're gonna insight too, sure."
I would. Yeah, why not? I need just. Yeah. Nope.
All right. His presence apparently is just so.
Yeah, no, the living embodiment of everything Ozzy is afraid of.
So he says, I no longer have the wish to kill, fight. That has long since passed. He goes, I've always been interested in magic, but also philosophy. It's a great passion of mine. So I don't really focus on, like, a lot of liches are like, I need artifacts and magic. Like, I know this lich, his name is Clyde, he's crazy. Crazy Clyde the Lich.
Crazy Clyde. Like,
writing that down.
Crazy Clyde's out
any
there.
Information from you. We're seeking to find information about this cult.
Yes.
And he goes, they like the black, they call themselves the cult of the Black Earth.
Right.
They worship elemental earth as a whole. A lot of gargoyles, it's weird. Says the name of the lady who runs it is Helen Ray.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? Her name is what?
Helen Ray.
Helen Ray.
Helen Ray is the name. Hellenrae. She goes, they work for this guy, Marlowe. I think his name is Marlowe. Maybe. Yeah, Marlos. His name is Marlos Unrail. What I don't understand, you want to talk crazy? I'll tell you crazy. Clyde, crazy. Marlos, male Medusa. What? Crazy.
Wait, but stop. Mister, you say Medusa?
Right, but it's a man. Medusa, lady. This guy, man, Medusa, Mandusa. Crazy.
Crazy Mandusa.
Medusa.
Because I haven't seen him here.
So
but...
where does this Mandusa?
Oh, I just know. They told me they were trying to, like, we are, like, crazy powerful. We got a Mandusa. Everybody should, like, you should be an ally. And I was like, no.
Okay. So you have all the knowledge, yeah? You've been doing this for a long time. If you were to have Mandusa, where would you put your Mandusa?
I mean, not... Like,
Amy, you can't just ask
I was gonna say, he's like, I don't know. You know that a Medusa is it's not like it has a brain. It's a person. It can think. That's like slavery. Are you down with slavery?
I am not down with no kinds of slavery.
Right, he's like, so, like, the Mandusa goes where the Mandusa wants. It's like a guy, but with snakes.
Does he... I can't.
Okay, one, can we quote that?
Sure, absolutely. Katie?
Mandusa.
Yeah, where would you put your Mandusa? I will get to that if we...
Well, you add... It's
a lot to take in, I know.
Are we... Is this Mandusa? He's not here. He must come and visit.
I haven't seen him in, like, a long time. He was here. They brought him in one time, and he was like, look out, snakes. And I was like, look out, lich. And he was like, whoa. And he tried to be like, he was like, maybe I'd, like, petrify you. And I was like, good luck. It's not gonna work.
He's so basic.
So Lord Samalar.
He goes, yeah, good.
Tell my other knights about you?
He goes, it's probably best if you don't. Just for the safety of everyone. Because if you get the wrong kind of guy, they'll be like, well, Lich is bad. Tia, protect justice. And I'm like, man, I just like reading books and doing philosophy.
That's a pinky promise.
And he's like,
so she doesn't, but she just kind of boops his pinky.
And he's like, I haven't done a pinky promise, like a lot, like a cent, like a millennium, like 256 years. And he goes, but I like you. What's your name?
She bows again and says, Lilith Helder, sir.
And he goes, Lilith Helder, sir. Aye.
Just Lilith Helder.
Well, just Lilith Helder. I like you. You're not crazy. You get it. You get me. You get Tia. You get the Knights, the Order. I like you. I got a thing.
She's like,
let me see where it is. Oh, do you remember what you rolled on that percentile? It was like 98, right?
it was like a 96. But that was when I got the...
That was when you got the animals. There was another one.
Yeah,
Let me see where it is. It's right. Oh, nope, that's not it.
I basically got like Kind's Peace.
Let me see here. Amulet. Nope. Necklace? Was it necklace?
I can't
Sorry.
now. I'm trying so hard to put all this together.
Yeah, like fuck. Samular, one of the brothers of Samular is right here, and I'm talking to him. Lilith is like, it's gonna be so fucking hard for me to not tell anybody about this.
It doesn't. Igni doesn't give a rat's behind about.
He gives
Samalar.
you, and he goes, "This is for you, young knight. May it serve you well, as it does not serve me in undeath." He takes off a necklace, and it is a broken amulet. It seems to be in 4 pieces. One piece is here, and he hands it to you. Ozzy, this thing is thrumming with magic.
Oh, BFF Bestie's necklace with fucking Samular. Holy shit. Okay. What do I write for the
When you put this, do you put this on?
Yeah.
Because it would normally be attunement. It is attunement. But I'm going to say that because you're a knight of Samalar and it's coming from Renwick, Caradun of the Knights of Samalar, that you are able to attune to it immediately. This isn't... There are 3 missing pieces. What they do, you don't know. But the piece that is there is an amulet of life. Your constitution goes up to 19.
Holy shit! Okay. Sorry, I'm wigging out.
That's nice.
Holy
What's your constitution currently?
shit!
14.
Whoa!
So that is...
What's that, a plus 4?
That's 2 per level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
that's
go
8.
up. Yeah, 8 health.
8 more HP. So that, yeah. So you're at your con mod's of 4 now.
I add 4 to my...
You add 8 to your HP.
Oh, 8.
Max health.
Your max health goes up
max
by
health.
8. And your constitution is a 19, so the mod for that is now, a 4. And your constitution saving throw goes up as well.
Oh man.
Damn.
Damn it, do.
And he looks at you, Ozzy, and he says, "There's some scrolls and things, you can have them." And he points at a pile that seems to be his toss away pile that he's whatever you can take, you can have it.
Seeing as how Lilith trusts him,
You watch as Lilith does this, and there's a glow about her, and she just seems like her pores shrink up, everything is she's just full of life and looks just so vibrant. Also, I believe Igni's art is done, so I have to grab that.
Oh no! Oh no!
It is done. It is done. Let me get it.
Oh man.
I'm gonna cry, aren't I?
Let's see.
In front of all of you. I can't handle it.
Igni.
I would like to. Do we know what's going on? We still didn't ask what was happening in the basement, did we?
No,
No, not
he
yet.
doesn't. He didn't really. You're getting. I'll just tell you, don't get really the feeling that
We're not going to get that he's going to have that
Oh.
knowledge.
He doesn't seem like he. Really,
He doesn't go to the basement.
He doesn't really. Yeah, he kind of stays in his room. Let's put that there, and let me just run over here to the overlay.
Was he here before they got here?
Yeah.
He was squatting long before they got inside the.
Yeah, he basically came here to get away from people, so he could do his research.
Huh. Oh my gosh.
She wants to make a mental note about
I'm
she
nervous.
wants to visit him.
Oh, here it is.
I'm so nervous.
Yay!
It's so
Sexy
perfect.
lady. Ooh.
She cute.
I love the tiniest little hint of cleavage.
Yeah. That's where. Yeah.
Cleavage.
It's a very small amount.
That's the death trap.
Yes, that's what it is.
There we go, folks. Thank you yet again
So beautiful.
to Katie for this awesome art that she did. So now we have Igni
Awesome.
with
And
her
the mask looks so good.
It's beautiful.
I hope you don't
So
hate me.
cool.
I mean, that looks like. Did you do that with your gold leaf
Holy
ink,
cow.
Katie?
It's
Because that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
So you can see why, Brittany, if you don't get yours tonight, why? Because of that.
Oh, that's fine. She already told me. She's
Yeah.
like, this fucking mask. I was like, You just be your badass self.
Oh, and there's the cricket on my shoulder. Look at it.
Oh, I didn't even notice the cricket.
Oh, he's so tiny.
Oh my god, he's there. Look at that in the hair on the right side.
He's so tiny, Mr. Cricket.
Oh my god!
What a dapper gentleman.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so awesome.
He's just hidden in there. Oh my god.
All right, so that's that.
Oh my god. I can't even with
Okay.
So thank you also for the bits, Great Oaks RPG. Thank you for the cheer.
Yes.
So he hands you the necklace. You have that, and he points Ozzy to like a pile. You see that it does have scrolls and at least one potion bottle in it. And he just
so
tells
basically, like a dog in a pile of leaves, I dive in.
you find in the potion pile, and he's just like he smiles like I remember what it was like to be that kind of like arcanist like a long time ago. You find a potion of greater healing.
Ooh.
It's 44 plus 4. You find a potion of hill giant strength. That will set your strength to 21. For I think an hour. A scroll of invisibility.
Yes.
And a scroll
Yes.
of Snillock's snowball swarm.
Yay!
Ozzy, you got some good stuff.
And he reaches under his desk and he says, this was not really my forte. Maybe you could use it. Don't know. And he throws you this rug. It's like a rug. And you catch the rug and you unroll this rug on the ground. And let me look up the exact word because I want to get it right. What it does, you don't know. But it is embroidered with gold thread. And as you... This is a transmutation rug. With a gold circular... some sort of... circle. A transmutation circle in it.
What?
Perhaps... he's like, I never used it for transmutation. Because that's not my thing. Maybe it's for alchemy. Don't know. He hands it to you.
I'm running out of room to write shit.
That's cool.
Okay, so just so I can fill our tracker in, we got a transmutation rug. Lilith's got a necklace, and then what potions do we get?
Greater
Or
healing.
scrolls?
Potions or greater healing and hill giant strength. Scroll of invisibility and Snillock's snowball swarm.
Snowball swarm.
It's not that great, but as a scroll, it's okay.
So I got 2 scrolls and 2 potions, yes?
Correct. Yes.
Cool.
And
the
Lilith
rug.
got a amulet of life. Amulet of health is what it is. But that is an attunement slot, but you can attune to it immediately, which makes your Constitution 19. And there's 3 missing pieces that may make it better.
Okay.
Can I test out this rug now?
You could try. Sure.
Okay.
What are you gonna try to do?
Igni, can I borrow a copper piece?
Sure.
Cool.
Like, I open up my bag.
I'll take a copper piece out and I'll put it on the transmutation thing. And I want to see if I can somehow transform it into silver.
Okay, make me an Arcana check.
A 18.
So you're looking around it and you're like, this may have better uses, but I literally just got this. So you stand over it and you kind of on either side of the transmutation thing, and it
Full Metal Alchemist style.
turns into silver.
It turns into silver?
It turns into silver.
Lilith wants to pull out of her satchel. She's like almost crying with just the whole overwhelming experience of this. And she feels like it's really polite she wants to give Samalar the scripture book that she had written a long time ago and had found.
Sure.
Because she knows that there's like within divine stuff, there's like she has a strong connection with that, and the fact that it got found like super randomly, she thinks that there might be some kind of power to it, so she wants to like give that to Samalar.
And he looks at it and he's like, he seems like genuine, like he has a bunch of books, right, and tomes and things around, but this has like a weird like sentimental value. It's definitely something different that he really hasn't experienced, because especially he's been alone for so long, and these people don't get him. The people, the cultists here, just want to exploit him for his power, and you are just like someone who understands and gets it, and like he's like a little like this is a little kind of like a fangirl thing. He's like, this is kind of cool. Like, I've never had that before.
Yeah.
So
like, I wrote this about you, basically.
and he takes it,
man.
and let me see if I can find a thing that he might be able to do, because here it is. Can he do something?
She just wanted to express her deepest levels of gratitude, admiration, and like awe for what's happening. Like, the night of my god. Oh.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna roll a D2. All right, we got that'll be 1, and this will be 2. 2 it is. He says, "This is truly amazing, and appreciate it. I will cherish it from all my days, which is forever, because I'm a lich."
Right.
But it's like a stage whisper. Everybody hears it. And then he says, "But seriously, thank you. This is for you as well." And he like reaches out his lichy hand. And it's like, you guys, everybody else, like, it's terrified for like a moment, because like this is a lich reaching out towards you. And he like, as he's doing this, he's like mumbling some arcane mumbo jumbo. Bucky, or Ozzy, you try to catch it, but it's too quick.
Too quick.
And he basically, you see a purple energy begin to appear around his hand, and he touches your forehead with it, and you are like momentarily suffused with this purple energy. He says, "It's a charm. It's only limited. Works once, and I hope you never need to use it. But you have it." And he says, "This charm allows you to regrow a lost appendage, arm, a foot, an eye. You can regrow it, and once its use is gone forever. But you have it, because someone as beautiful as you should never be disfigured."
Oh shit!
Yo, this lich is...
Is the lich hitting on you? Excuse me, sir. Buy her a drink first. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, Lilith blushes deeply, which means her cheeks probably turn like gray.
As an Azamar, yeah.
What would I call that? Like,
it's Charm of the Maimed is what it's called. The Charm of the Maimed, and again, it's with you till you lose it. Had you rolled a 1, it would have just been like a once, like a one-time death ward, right? So when you go down to 0, you would go to 1 instead. Once, and you'd have that till you used it, but I rolled a 2. So
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
She's like, shit, I wasn't trying to get anything else, but fucking thanks.
He's like, no. He's like, I don't get to practice my magic. He goes, a lot of it is arcane, so I'm very limited in my vine, because lich. But I have a little. I might as well use it for someone who would like it. So, he's like, you're welcome to go, and he points like down the stairs or wherever. I'm gonna get back to my work. It's been real.
I do have one thing.
Yes,
I don't know if I'm ever going to get this chance again. But I do want to thank you, and I wanted to show you something from one arcane practitioner to another. I want to take out my big book with all of my notes on the elemental spectrum.
Oh shit! And he's like, and he like looks at it and he's like, may I?
Please.
And he takes it, and dude is fucking Johnny Five from Short Circuit. Fucking input. He just fucking rips through, like tears through this with his like 28 intelligence, and he's just like, and he puts the book down. He hands it to him. He's like, yo, crazy. Clyde's got nothing. on you. Wow. And he's like, elements. He's like, this is just like, you just cracked it all open. Fire can be water. It's like air can be necrotic. What?
But there is one thing I don't understand, and that's why I'm partially with Lilith here, is the idea of radiance. I don't understand what I can put into a spell to make radiance happen.
He goes, well, young wizard, I get the feeling this young paladin will be able to help you. You work together. Divine and arcane. Decane. Great.
Oh, this guy's the best.
Oh my
This
god.
is a genius.
You're welcome, guys. By the way, his role-playing section is just dry as fuck. He's just basically like, get out of here. I told you to leave. Leave me alone. And then basically it's like if you guys are like a jerk to him, he's like, I'm gonna fill this room with poison gas, just so you're aware. And then he casts Time Stop, leaves, but casts Cloud Kill before he leaves, and just pieces.
Oh god.
That's it, basically. And it specifically says, like, he has Time Stop, not Power Word Kill. But he's still a Lich, so he has Finger of Death. So, like, you guys would be just destroyed.
Immediately destroyed. Yeah.
But, yeah, it says if someone recognizes him and there's, like, a paladin or, like, a good aligned fighter, he gives them the amulet. But the amulet got a little bit of a boost because the trinket was a broken one piece of a 4-piece amulet.
Oh,
so
I see.
Did a little combination there to make it a little more interesting. But yeah, he's like, Decane is where it's at. You work together. He goes, part of being a true wizard and arcanist, paladin, anything really in the world, the journey and learning as you go is important. If I were to just give you the answer, you were deprived of that realization and that progression. Dare I say, character development. You need that yourself.
I'm writing every single word he says down.
There's a lot of, like, if you were to write it, there's, like, a ton of ellipses.
Oh, yeah.
Fun fact, that is because Christopher Walken's, I believe it was his parents, didn't really speak the language that well. So they would pause a lot when trying to think of the words. And that imparted why he pauses so much when he talks.
Huh. What is his heritage?
I don't know. Amazing is what it is. Because we're walking around.
yeah.
So, it's like, I'm gonna get back to the notes. Now I got elements. The research is what? I'm gonna look at those books again now. Because, like, the philosophy of an elemental spectrum, what? It's crazy. You're crazy. Crazy. What's your name?
My name is Ostrand. Most people call me Ozzy.
Crazy Ozzy. He's a crazy man. I don't know what's going on with the Ozzy guy. He's got a book. Elements.
Thank you. And
He like seems like seriously at a loss. Like, dude's been researching the arcane for like centuries, and he's like divine necrotic. He goes, wait,
and
he goes, wait. Chill touch can be cold damage now. What? And he's just like, then he goes back to his notes.
I don't correct him at all.
Well, with your spell. With your stuff.
Right. That's right.
We can make Chill Touch actually do cold damage. And he's very excited about that. You see him go over to like a blackboard and he starts writing out like Chill Touch and like arcane words for that. He's like, necrotic. He goes, Chill Touch! It doesn't do cold damage. You don't touch him. I don't get it. What? What's the deal with cold damage? I don't know. Chill Touch. And he just is going off on that now.
Davis, to answer your question, Christopher Walken was born in Queens.
Yes, that I did know. Because it's like a weird like city accent, but it's a little wonky.
Wow.
No.
That was something.
And
Can I?
Yeah.
Can Vanan try and get a high five?
Oh, he's like, yeah.
Yeah, he's like.
Is this back again? Is the high five cool again?
Oh,
He puts it out to you,
high fives have always been cool.
and he's like you.
And then I lean in and I say, "All right, John, do the thing."
What does John do?
I failed at teaching him how to give high fives, but this guy seems pretty cool. So
Make me another nature check.
Ozzy,
Oh, yeah. 19.
Yeah, John gives him a high five. He's like, plants with high fives. Guys are weird, but I like you.
Now all we have to do is meet another NPC with the voice of Owen Wilson, and we'll have WoW for days.
Wow.
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 I can't do anything. I have to work on my Owen Wilson. He's on my list of accents to master. Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
I guess
Oh,
we're
wow.
going through this door.
I'm gonna say, as much fun as we're having, it is 12:30.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think walk-in is a good place to cut it.
Yeah.
Before we leave through that door,
Yeah.
Lilith wants to be like, I really hope I get to meet you again someday. And just like awkwardly walks.
All right. So, thank you, Internet, for my somewhat spotty at times walk-in impression, but I do my best.
Brilliant.
Thank you guys
Brilliant.
for putting up with that. This is Princess of the Apocalypse number 8. We will be back in 2 weeks. We are a fortnightly, if you will, show, right? For 2 weeks. So we'll be back on, I'll get you the exact date here, on the 12th of February. The off Monday that we're not here playing is my Horde of the Dragon Queen game. If you guys liked seeing the art of Miss Lazy Mermaiden, you guys can actually come out and see her play on this channel on next Monday, where she plays Roswin, a tiefling druid, in my Horde of the Dragon Queen campaign. So she will be in that as well if you like seeing the art and we're like, man, that girl seems really cool. I wonder what she looks like. And I wonder how she plays D&D. Well, you can see all of that on the next Monday.
Thank you, Katie.
Yes. She says she's almost done with Lilith. She'll send her over soon. So tomorrow, come out for Evil Campaign to watch me pick up the mantle of Temerity, level 1 Evil Bard, Tiefling Bard. It'll be fun. And then Wednesday is It Builds Character, where I'm building somebody. I don't even know who I'm building. That's bad. I'm a bad streamer. Real quick, let me get this out of the way, and then I'll give you everybody here. Let's just real quick. Last week I built Tingle, and I really hate myself for that.
Oh, God.
I'm building a Power Ranger next week or this Wednesday. I haven't decided which one. It's probably gonna be green.
Yeah, it better be Johnny. Oh my god. Or
yeah.
Tommy. His
Yeah.
name is
Tommy.
Yeah. So then we've got some anime characters coming up, and Flapjack is somewhere in there from Brittany.
Yeah.
Nice.
Flapjack, and then was it Dream from Sandman is in there as well?
Oh, nice.
Because that was
That's
your suggestion, Brittany. So.
Oh, I finally made it. Hell, I thought we were gonna be waiting for that.
Yeah, and then I know in April I've got Howl from Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
That's
nice.
cool.
So I got a lot. I got a handful of stuff. Eventually, we're gonna do Captain America, who then we're gonna do a showdown with the Iron Man that I built and the Captain America that I built, and we're gonna have 2 of my players fight, and we'll see who wins. To reenact Civil War.
That's cool.
It's gonna be, I try to do some stuff here. I have some fun. Occasionally we do Sunday streams, but that's rare. And then be on the lookout for something about the D&D World Series. It's happening in February. It's, I know Askren from Exploding Dice and Grant Ellis are working on it. I'm involved now. Team Venture Maidens. But anyway, something's happening with it. I don't know. But that's enough about me. Brittany, tell us about you.
You can find me playing with the other Venture Maidens we have after hours offset every other Wednesday, but we stream every Wednesday on our Twitch TV /Don't Split the Podcast. We'll be there in 2 days at 7:30 doing after hours with Celeste. And then you can find us just at Venture Maidens on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And if you want to visit our website, it's theventuremaidens.com.
All right. What about you, Chelsea? What do you got?
You can find me online, me personally at little_red_dot. When I'm not here, I DM a Thursday game over on Encounter Roleplays channel, and I play and help produce a 5e story play podcast called North by Northquest. And some new news that I can finally actually announce is that I will be joining the cast of Learn by Play over on Wizards of the Coast channel every Saturday. Every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Nice.
So you can start watching me learn to play over there. I've got a brand new character I bring into the table. I start literally this upcoming Saturday, which is really exciting.
Are they still doing Tomb of Annihilation, or what were they doing?
This time around, they learn to play. I don't know if they're building off a module, but I know we're in Faerun, and the idea is to teach you how to homebrew based upon.
Oh, okay.
So it's more about homebrew this time around. So Will's,
Gotcha.
So, anyways, it's very exciting. I am extraordinarily nervous, but also,
You are going to tear it up. I am so excited for you.
Babe, I'm really excited. So thanks everybody for the love. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Bucky, what about you?
You can find me on Twitter at Bucky_Masters. You can find the podcast I'm on, Taking Initiative, at TI_pod, or our website, thespark.network. New news for us, starting, I believe, next week, we are finally going to be getting our Twitch up and running, I think, on Friday. And we're going to kick it off by doing a new show that we call Talking Initiative, where we actually start talking about our podcast, answer questions, anything that you guys want to talk about or anything like that. And I think that's going to be, I don't quote me on it, I think it's February 9th at 10 o'clock.
Cool.
And then last but not least, Davis.
I'm Davis. They see me now.
Here we go.
There he is.
In the shadows. I'm Davis. I do many things. I play in this game, but I also play on this other show called Dank Dungeons. And we're trying to figure out what we're doing for season 3 right now. The season 2 is over. You guys should go watch that. It's pretty cool. We meet David Bowie and George Michael. It's
Fantastic.
pretty intense. I won't spoil it, but I will say that there is a battle of the bands, and it's very.
Oh shit! We had a battle of the bands. They're so much fun.
Yeah, man, I had that in my own homebrew game.
A lot of fun. But yeah, so that's over. It's very entertaining.
Check that
You can
out.
find us at Dank Dungeons TV on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook.
Yes, there are some links for everybody's channels and things in the chat. Yeah, so that is some of us are going to be at Gen Con. I know that's a ways off. But actually, a handful of us are going to be at Gen Con. I'm going to be at PAX East. That's coming up in 2 or 3 months at this point. So I will be there. Be on the lookout if you're playing D&D or hanging out playing games. I'll be around to make my rounds and hit up some various people. I'll throw up the giveaway link again if you haven't joined our giveaway. If you're following us on YouTube or subscribing on YouTube and following us on Twitch, you're pretty much done almost everything you need to do other than checking out the stuff from our friends at Polyhero. And there's a ton of other ways to get extra bonus entries, referring friends, subbing to the Twitch channel, all that good stuff. So it's ways to win some Polyhero dice. There are 4 sets to give away. And then, be on the lookout for an interview with them at PAX post the Rogue successful stuff. Also, I've been working on it behind the scenes, but I'm going to try to, I don't know if it's going to be every Tuesday, but I'm going to try to bring back Top 10 Tuesday, because most watched videos of mine are my top 10 monsters in 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, my top 10 spells, and my top 10 magic items. And those videos are about 3 years old now. So when people comment or be like, did you know that this spell is a thing? And I'm like, yes, I did. It wasn't a thing 3 years ago when there wasn't elemental evil. It wasn't even like a thing yet. So there was only the core everything. So I've been looking to update those. Brittany's actually, I think, going to be helping me out doing some top 10 videos as well. Her stuff. Also, it's open to you guys as well. If any of you guys want to work on top 10 videos, we can talk, and then you get me the core video of what you want to do, and I'll do the editing and put it up, and we'll do all the cross promotional fun stuff for that. Davis, I don't know if you're too keyed into this. It's probably not going to happen. We were trying to do it soon, but actually Lex is working to run a game. Chelsea, did you get reached out to by that at all? I thought your name was on it as well. Lex is going to try to run a Dungeon Crawl Classic game sometime soon. He reached out to me, and then he told me he had a couple other people that he was looking for, like Jordan from Forgotten Realms Explain. I think he had your name on there, Chelsea. I don't know. So that
better reach out.
Well, we were going to try to do it last weekend. It didn't work. We're going to try to do it 2 weekends from now. That's not going to work. So we'll see. There may be some more stuff. Collabs are great. So,
Yep. Yeah. I've got an exciting thing, but I don't want to jinx it yet. But I would like to start hosting a few games once a month on my channel, but I think we're gonna do battle royale style.
Okay, very nice.
That'll be a fun little. You can show up and
I'm thinking about
show off your skills.
I'm gonna try to throw in maybe a once a month thing. Although I did just find a really sweet bar that also is a bookstore. Here what? It's called Rough Draft. Can we talk about how cool of a name that is for a bar?
That's cool.
That's so awesome.
It's a bookstore, full on like bookstore, indie bookstore, bar with like a brewery with also all local stuff, and like they're a coffee shop.
Oh my god! So everything you could ever want.
Okay, we live near each other. You're gonna tell me where that is?
It's right by they're open. The thing is, they're open 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. because like it's a coffee shop and a bookstore, but also a bar. So I'm like trying to be like, hey, it'd be super cool if I did like a D&D thing and people came in to play. But I'm like, I gotta figure out how that would work.
It's fine.
Katie, it was not a thing when you came to visit. Next time we'll go. But anyway, yes, a lot of people are working on a lot of cool stuff. I'll give you guys as much updates as I can here on the channel. And again, you guys can reach out to pretty much all of us on any of our social media. And we're around. If you have questions about my versions of any of these campaigns or the characters, reach out to the group, to me, and we'll be seeing you guys in 2 weeks. So until then, Internet, I hope you had a great time. Princess Apocalypse, crazy.
Wow, it's always crazy.
We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys later.
Bye.